I'm muted. That's why to start. Hello, everybody. It's the Perchy here from the Perchy TV on the final day of the season. Big up to everyone in here. Big up Daryl, mate. Big up, mate. Big up Haz is here for being the first on there. 3 months of no football. Beautiful. I can't wait. There's a few things to be decided before the end of the season. Who's going to get the coveted Europa Conference League, which, if I'm politely saying, I can't think of anything worse to have right now. I can't think of anything worse than the Europa Conference League. But that's available. I mean, for 3 teams, Spurs, Brentford and Villa. Villa obviously already in the position, but if they lose today and Brentford get a remarkable result against Manchester City, then some things could happen. And if Tottenham somehow get a result against Leeds in a game that I really couldn't care less about. And then the more important matter really is down the bottom. 2 places, 3 teams. Who in chat wants to tell me what's going to happen? And then I don't have to watch it, I'm joking. But on who's going to go down. So you've got Leeds, who play Tottenham. Leicester play West Ham, I believe. And Everton play a Bournemouth side. So there is a lot to play for them guys. And it will be a shock if the likes of, say, one big team is going to go, in a sense. When I say big, I don't mean it massive, but I'm on about Premier League caliber team. At least one of them is going to go in the likes of Everton or Leicester. And then you've got the likes of Leeds. If Leeds stay up and they beat Tottenham and both Everton and Leicester go down, that could be incredible. Big up, as I said, to everybody that is here in the stream. So massive shout out to you all that are watching. There's 9 of you here watching. Smash the likes on your way in. Let's just talk. Let's talk football. And if anyone wants to come on, by the way, let me know in the chat and I will post you the link. As I said, the rule, I always say rule 101 when you do come on is please kindly put your camera on. I won't put you on unless I know who you are. Please put your camera on, please. So let's talk about the lineup, by the way. I mean, that kind of sums it up, really, doesn't it? Let's be honest. That starting 11 completely sums up how bad we are at the moment. I'm just going to go and put it up on screen. And once again, not prepared at all. So, yes. So that starting lineup. I mean, the terrifying part about that starting lineup, yes, it's not great, by the way. It isn't great at all. But it kind of just sums up Tottenham to an absolute T. I'm going to just link it. I've got it up on screen for me. I haven't got it up for you guys. Let's go and dive into this. This is our starting lineup, by the way. Wow. I mean, it kind of just sums it up. Let me just see if I can change that and make it. Can I make it change it up? Oh, it doesn't matter. I'll do it later. But yeah, let's have a look at this. Fraser Forster in goal, Emerson Royal, Davinson Sanchez, Clement Longley, Ben Davis, Issa Bissouma, Oliver Skipp, Pedro Porro, Dejan Kulusevski, Heung-min Son, and Harry Kane. So it looks like a 4-2, 4-2-4, or whatever you want to call it. Wow. I mean, that's a damning indictment of a team, realistically, isn't it? Let's be honest. What a shocker of a side. I mean, that just sums us up. If you took Harry Kane out of that side and you took him out, we're not that good, are we? Let's be honest. It says 4-4-2, but Daryl, let's be frank and honest, you'll probably agree with me. Does it really matter what formation we play? We could play any formation. It really makes no difference. Big up Haz is here. 2 centre-backs, goalkeeper needed at least for Spurs in the summer. Mate, we need more than that. We need a whole team. I think that's the politest way of putting it. We need a whole team to be anywhere near the level that we want to be achieving. I'm just trying to find a channel that's got the game on. Oh, there we go. Big Sam's on the screen. Which clubs do you want to stay up at? Which one of the clubs do I want to stay up? Do you know what? Ironically, Leeds. It'd be nice if Leeds stayed up. I mean, they'll probably batter us today. But yeah, maybe Leeds. But then out of the three, I'm not that fussed, to be honest. I mean, but it'll be interesting to see how the sort of turn of events happen today, by the way. That would be interesting. Big up the cough, mate. Yeah, mate. Big up cough, mate. If you come on, mate, you're always welcome on my stream. And anyone else in the chat right now, if you do want to come on, you're more than welcome. All I do say is just have your camera on, and we can just have a chat. Really, a couple of hours of chatting about Tottenham and the crap that we are, mate. Do you take it easy, Hazir, mate? Go and enjoy your pizza, and I would say enjoy the football, but I think we all know we're not going to enjoy the football. For me now, look, boy, it's just cheers to everyone for seeing out the season. Little beer to just cheer up for the end of the season, because this season has been horrendous. I'm so done with the season. Let me know in your comments if you're excited for the summer break without 3 months without football. Because I'll be honest, I'm happy for it. I'm ready for a few months without football will be lovely. Maybe we can just start bouncing back a bit. Yeah, big up Mark Cousins, mate. Big up, mate. Big up Cousins, mate. I'm exactly in that. For mate, last game, thankfully, we can now, in about a couple of hours or so's time, football will be done, and we don't have to worry about the absolute shit show that is Tottenham Hotspur. Benjamin, go and grab yourself a beer. We can sit there and have therapy in the last game of the season, because the season's done and we can all move on with our lives and forget this season even existed. And a question that Jack Patmore did put in here. Which out of the three clubs do you want to stay up? Let me know in the comments, guys, who you want to stay up out of Leeds, Leicester, Everton. I mean, you could look at it. You could look at it in selfish terms and go in, well, if Leicester and Everton go down, there's more chance of more better players, so to speak, to come and join Tottenham, because that's realistically the market will be scouting in. Let's be honest, we don't have to be cherry picking stuff. I think that is realistic. Looking at the likes of players from Leicester, even players from Leeds, I think we're looking at that market, and we should be looking in the right markets now. We're not getting big players anymore. I think we need to completely forget about getting, in air quotes, big players, because it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen at all. And you're deluding yourself if you think you're going to go and get big players in the summer, because we're not. And we shouldn't be, by the way. We should be avoiding getting elite big players, because there's no point. It doesn't benefit us at all. At all, does it not? It doesn't benefit us. So for me, I would be so happy for us not to be anywhere near the likes of big players. Big up Daryl, exactly. And this is why whenever people say to me, Tottenham are too big to go down, based on what? If you took Harry Kane out of this, I had this conversation with Sava earlier on this show. Without Harry Kane, we look terrible. You single-handedly took Harry Kane out of this side, we look awful. We don't look good enough in any capacity, by the way, at all. And I know the comparisons, if you took his 28 goals, will be down there. I know it's not as simple as taking 28 goals out and stuff like that. But I always burden it on this picture. Son, Richarlison, and Kulusevski. In the league, they've scored 13 goals collectively. 13. And if you didn't take Kane, if you didn't have Kane, we would be struggling. We've got a guest. Is your camera on, mate? I've got a big white screen. I'll bring him in. I think he's here. Oh, here he is. How you doing, mate?
You're right. You're right.
I thought that was a Leeds shirt initially. I was like, that's brilliant. I was about to say brilliant. That would have been amazing.
I am no longer in the office for the foreseeable 2 weeks.
So. Cheers.
Cheers, everyone.
Cheers. Everyone in the chat. We've made it to the end of the season. We've made it to the end.
Yeah.
Let's just hopefully see us get absolutely humiliated to just round off this.
We're getting beat today.
I said we'll lose 3-1 today. It'll be and do you know what it is? Is today's going to be about, and I'm going to talk to you about the relegation battle quickly, just because 3 teams, 2 to go down. And everyone sort of says, well, all 3 of them are playing at home. So you kind of negate the sort of home advantage. They've all got them. And realistically, they're all playing, and all 3 teams, no one's playing what I would say a big team.
Yeah.
Spurs have been terrible for months.
Yeah.
West Ham are already on the plane to Prague. And Bournemouth have already done their survival. They're done. They're on the beach. They're having cocktails in the sun.
Yeah.
So all 3 teams realistically could go and win today. Realistically.
Yeah.
So there's none of this sort of, oh, well, let's just say they're playing Aston Villa who need a win to get Europe next season. So in that sort of context, you could argue with Spurs, but as I said, we've been crap all season. So I sit and think and go, do you know what's going to be so crucial in this? The first goal out of the 3 games. Who's going to be the one that breaks the deadlock first?
Leeds.
So let's just for argument's sake, and it wouldn't shock me for Leeds to score in the first 10 minutes.
They will because of our.
We concede in the first 10 minutes every game. It seems now.
Yeah.
And you could feel. Oh yeah, you go, mate. You go.
I've been having this conversation a lot on many different streams. It's all around a separate topic, but it all goes into that one topic. Our defence, the Tottenham defence, is relegation fodder. That's how bad our defence is.
Oh, yeah.
Those 4 that are relegation defenders. Amazingly, our best defender is Emerson Royale.
I mean, it's incredible when you break it down and you think about that. It's incredible when you talk about it in that context. And you're right.
Sanchez is awful. Davis is awful. Longley is awful.
Yep.
But he is bad.
No, agreed, mate. I think
we've got no midfield. Look at Basuma's back, which is good, but Skip isn't good enough. He's a grafter. He's not good enough. He's not going to grab a game by the scruff of the neck. Big Sam is going to say, look how bad their defence is. Long balls into the box. They can't defend in the air. Longley is slower than, I don't know.
I think Longley.
Chingford McDonald's.
I think Longley. I had high hopes for Longley coming in, but he's been terrible. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
But
he is bad.
I think so as well. I'll be honest. I don't think we've got, and I'm going to say this, and people will hate me, but I don't think we've got one good defender in our team. People will say Romero. I don't think Romero's that great. And we had this debate.
Good if he's got a defender next to him. Romero.
Do you know what he's
conversation with many people? I think what Romero needs is a position change. I think Romero needs to go into midfield. He's got all the attributes to be a great midfielder. He sprays balls about. He's aggressive. He's quick. He's
I think,
and that would allow him to be a lunatic. The only reason that he could be a lunatic is if he's got someone next to him that can beat the crap out of him, which he has.
No,
because
I do.
If he does something stupid, Otamendi's going up to him, grabbing him round the throat, and he says, "If you do that one more time, I'm taking you outside, mate."
Yeah, no, I think you bang on there with that. Absolutely bang on, mate. But the thing is with Romero,
you're terrified with. We need a Roy Keane, a Yap Stam.
We need a
terrifying centre back. We need that anyway for the other team, but we need it for our own team. That's going to go around our players and say, "You do not mess up. You don't mess up. You play properly."
But here's the debate when we talk about Romero, and obviously there's big debates in group chats. I love being in WhatsApp group chats because people that sit and watch this don't realise we all sit and talk about this behind the scenes, and it's brilliant. and we all have massive debates. And I do love a debate with everyone. But sometimes you do have to mute them because you're trying to work and you come back to about 700 unread messages.
It's not my thing to debate. I don't like debates. That I just like to have fun. I just like to.
No, I know. I get that.
About craft beer, expensive Pokemon cards, and guitars. That's what I like talking about.
No.
If Tottenham was fun, I'd love to debate Tottenham, but Tottenham is no longer fun.
We've not been fun for a while, mate. I given up with the season for a long time. Yeah, I haven't enjoyed us for a while, mate. But do you know what it is though? This is the part that when we talk about Romero, just to sort of touch back onto that thing, and when people say he's a great defender, I sit back and go, the great defenders don't make the mistakes he makes, and regardless of people,
I don't think any 24-year-old is a great defender. Unless you're a Paolo Maldini or a Puyol I know our friend Sava does not like the word generational talent. Unless generational talent. Like even Bastoni is a quality talent. He's not an incredible defender yet. He's learning his craft. He's doing brilliantly at Inter Milan. He's learning his craft. You don't become a great defender until you're at 27, 28. That's when you start being a great defender.
No, I know. It doesn't.
Positional sense. Romero needs to learn the basics, which requires two things: great players around him to calm him down, and a great manager. Romero has all the attributes to be an unbelievable defender, which is why he was Defender of the Year in Italy, which is a very difficult thing. But that's when he had an experienced team around him and an experienced coach in Gasperini to coach him.
Yeah.
Come to Tottenham. Conte could have made him that player, but
Conte
was not allowed to buy the defenders around him to make him a better player.
But
doesn't know anything about defending because he doesn't.
But my argument would be is if I get what you're trying to say, but he's out of all the defenders. By the way, he's committed the most fouls in our.
Because that's his game. I think that is his game.
But that doesn't make him a good defender, though, right?
No, it just again. It goes back. Daryl Denson agrees. It would make him a very good midfielder because if you do that and step out and try and it'd be like Højbjerg. What Højbjerg does. I think Højbjerg is very average, but what Højbjerg does is he steps out of his position, receives the ball, and passes it on to someone. He could be an interceptor. He could be a very decent interceptor. He's great at passing. Some of the passes he's made.
I get that. I do get it.
Longley, what Longley does, and people are saying that Longley is competent defender. Longley is not a competent defender. He cannot defend. And people say, look how good his passing is. Defenders have one job.
I want my defender to defend. Agreed.
That is what I want my defenders to be able to do. Ledley Kings, Jonathan Woodgate's, Michael Dawson's, even Varane's. They've all got this. They've got the core. They've got all the attributes to be great footballers. But there's one thing they're all very good at: defending, because that's what a defender does.
Agreed.
I don't want my defenders doing 90-yard diagonal balls. That's why you have midfielders.
I agree. That's my point. But I also I don't want my defender to just be clattering someone. This is the point where I said about Romero. I don't want my defender just to sit there, clatter someone, and then and for me, this is the point where I see, because people go, "Oh, we chose passion." No, clattering into someone.
Good. That's good.
But clattering into somebody, getting a yellow card in the first 20 minutes doesn't.
Not if he gets sent off.
That's what I mean. If he gets a yellow card in the first 20 minutes because he's just gone steaming full pelt into someone, gets a yellow card in the first 10, 15 minutes, you go, well, now you can't make another tackle, mate.
Yeah.
You see, and good defenders don't need to do that. And that's the point of it. And I think
some defenders can do that, but you've got to be smart. If you clatter someone right in front of the referee, you're getting booked.
Yeah, of course.
Like prime example was Sergio Ramos. He was the best. He's the best at that. Absolutely battering someone, but doing it when the referee can't see him. He doesn't get.
That's booked. What I mean. Yeah, exactly. If you do it right, there's no problem. But
brain. I'd like my defenders to clap. What he did against Haaland in the Man City game, absolutely perfect. because it's
Yeah, but he got himself
unsafe.
sent off though. We could have thrown the game away.
That was the thing. He already did his job. He had Haaland rattled, which is why we won that game, because Haaland was rattled. Just don't do it again. Then you say, right, guys, I've put my marker on him. Now we're going to play them.
But my point argument with this part, and I do get what you're trying to say, but my argument with this is, what happened the game after when he was suspended?
We lost 4-1.
We got battered by a relegate team that could be going down today, by the way. And the thing is I think he is our best defender. But for me, the bar's so low that I mean, the bar's so low that a few of us in the YouTube community could probably give it a go playing at centre half at Tottenham. And I'm not taking the mick. I'm being serious. I mean, I think the bar is so low at Tottenham.
So long. There is one defender we need. I'm desperate for this defender at Tottenham, and that's Nikola Milinkovic from Fiorentina.
Yeah.
That is a defender you put next to Romero. 6'7", tall, beast of a player. Romero won't need to learn to defend because Milinkovic is so tall. He can head it out himself. That's what you need. He's got all. He is a great defender.
Do you know what we need, mate?
Romero next to him, who's got the more technical attributes. Defense is all about partnerships, and we don't.
No, I agree.
Tottenham.
1 second. No, I was just gonna say though. We'll move on for a second from the Romero debate for 2 seconds because I want to say there's two teams that go down, one can stay up. Who's staying up? Who's your prediction out of the three that is going to stay up?
Leeds.
You think Leeds will?
Leeds are going to batter us today, and I think that's going to see them through.
But Leeds, if that's the case, that means that you need Bournemouth to beat Everton.
Yeah, Bournemouth are going to beat Everton. Everton are shocking.
And also it means that you also need West Ham to get a result against Leicester.
Which they will, because West Ham are a decent unit.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think West Ham would be silly to play some of their better players, but I think they're
have a little look at their team. That'll be a good question, actually. Let's have a little look at their team. I've got it up on here.
Because, again, they're going to be playing in the Conference League
final. Yeah. They've got, let's see, West Ham. You're right. I do think that they need to play a weak side. So they've gone
Fabian side, but they want to you want to win games. If you lose before a final, you're always going to have that in your head.
They haven't rotated massive. So they've gone Fabianski, Kera, Kufau, Airguard, Creswell, Downs, Rice, Benrahma, Paqueta, Fornals, and Antonio. So yeah, that's fair. But that's a strong thing.
It's all about winning titles. I know we don't know anything about winning titles.
Nope, haven't got a clue about it.
But you have to put games together. You can't. If you lose, you've got to have momentum. You've got to have that winning feeling to be able to win.
I absolutely agree.
You've got to win.
I didn't realise Robbie Keane was on the Leeds bench.
Big up.
Just saw Robbie Keane.
We could do with him.
I didn't realise he was in. Yeah, to be fair,
Robbie Keane is going to be telling Big Sam how to get the best out, beat this Tottenham team. He's going to go Davinson Sanchez, run a ball past him. He'll make a rash tackle. You get a penalty. You can't head a ball.
Yeah.
Big up, Cooves.
Big up, Cooves, mate.
I thought about Cooves because he's doing turn off Spurs. I thought about doing instead of
turn off your Spurs. Yeah, but I don't blame you, mate. We're terrible.
Indiana Jones, the Temple of Doom, and we do a watch along of the Temple of Doom.
Oh, we should just do that. It's absolutely hilarious. But
yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I'm at that point, mate. We're crap. But what was I just about to say? No, I was just about to say that they are doing the minutes applause, or is it a minute's silence? I'm not sure.
I've got no clue, mate.
I'm just watching it now. Oh, I think they do. They do the obituary for the fans at Leeds, don't they? At the end of their last game, their last home game. So any Leeds fans that have passed since the in the year of the season and stuff, they have the obituary. Nice. They do that every year, actually. To be fair.
I have got the West Ham game on. I'll probably be very, behind, but I will be
I've got
following.
I have all games going at the same time.
I
Like-
don't have the Tottenham game because I cannot get the Tottenham game. And frankly, turn off you Spurs. I'd rather watch.
Yeah,
someone
listen.
else
If you,
stream. I'd rather
I mean,
watch
there's
someone
people
else's
that
stream.
watch Tottenham around the world, and you're going, you must be balmy to watch us.
Yeah.
But when you hear about people from like if like Jacob wakes up at
Yeah.
stupid o'clock in the morning to watch us, why? Why do you waste your time?
Yeah.
I couldn't think of anything worse. Like, I think about it now, like I wouldn't bother watching us waking up at stupid o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Like, let alone at whatever time. It's balmy, but
Yeah.
we are about to kick off here, and Leeds will kick us off. They have kicked off now, but well, I'm a few minutes behind, I believe. But yeah, listen, I don't care anymore. I'm really not bothered about this season. As I said, after the Sheffield United game, I haven't really cared about us. Oh, my thing's just frozen on me. Absolutely beautiful. Lovely start to the stream. Freezing.
Sky
Yeah,
is
so
working well. So big up, Sky. Big up. You've
oh, that's on BT. We're on BT. We're on BT for
It's
the
not on BT,
Tottenham
is
game.
it?
Huh?
I wish the game was on BT.
The game is on BT.
Is it?
Yeah, it's on now on
First
BT.
game's on? I might
Yeah,
have
Spurs
to
is on BT Sport.
Huh.
We're yeah. For some reason, they decided to put this game on when there was a lot of other games you could have decided they could have put on, and they decided to put Tottenham Leeds on, which is quite incredible.
Yeah.
Of all the games you could have put on, but yeah, no. So Spurs were the one. Was it Basuma? But yeah. Oh, there has been a goal, but don't ruin it, Pat Moore. Someone scored, but it hasn't. Nothing. If it's nothing has come through on mine. If there's been a goal, absolutely ruining it for me. Let's have a look. Nothing's come through. I don't know if that was a fake one, but nothing has buzzed through to say it's been a goal for me. But oh, we have scored. Oh, what a goal, Harry Kane. Oh, we have scored. We've gone 1-0 up.
One man team.
His 29th goal of the season, Harry Kane, in a game that none of us want us to win, has gone and put it in the back of the net. Amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, what a finish.
I might have to move position. I thought the game wasn't on the telly. I might have to move the position. Might have to
Yeah, it has. It's here, mate. We started early. 1-0 Tottenham.
I didn't realise it was on the TV. Let's have a look.
It's a very good finish, by the way. Nice for my phone to decide to not tell me as well, not update me. Oh, brilliant ball from Heung-min Son, by the way. It's a really good touch into him. Yeah, Kane is always there. 1-0 Tottenham against Leeds in a game that we don't want to win, by the way. Amazing, isn't it? Only Tottenham can do that when we preferably not win the game and not be in Europe. Harry Kane steps up again. Oh, I think they may be giving it offside here. No, that can't be offside. No way. That could be. That can't be. That's got to be onside. Surely. They're checking the goal. I'm maybe a bit behind others. My thing keeps freezing, but I think it has been given. Yeah, exactly. One more now closer to Alan Shearer. But yeah, no, that's going to be onside. Yeah, definitely onside. 1-0 Tottenham. Tottenham early goal. In a game we don't want to win, we're 1-0 up. Beautiful. Only this football club, by the way. Only this football club. 29 goals this season for Harry Kane. Could he go and? I mean, I said he'll get 30 goals this season, so he's one away from it, and that at the moment is going to put Leeds down. It says like this. My stream keeps freezing, which is not helpful. Yeah, it looked well on, mate. I don't know why they're even wasting all this time checking it. It looked miles onside to me. But as it stands, Leeds are going down. Leeds are going down. There's not been another goal in the Premier League as we speak. Just trying to get buzzing. Finally, the app has updated itself and it's told me that Tottenham are 1-0 up. Yeah, mate. I know a lot of people that don't necessarily want Leeds. I think Koff's gone and he's back again. No, mate.
I've
He's
changed
back.
positions. I actually got the football
Changed position.
Woohoo!
So in a game that we don't want to win, we go and score early. Spursy,
Yeah.
that is, isn't it? Absolutely
Very
Spursy.
Spursy indeed.
Amazing. You couldn't make it up.
It's amazing.
So yeah, so as I said, Tottenham are 1-0 up.
Perfect thing. I can get my beer. I can watch this football on the internet.
Up the internet. Do it. Sorting you right out, mate. Keep it up. Yeah, so as I said, Spurs are... And just... At the moment, there is going... Is that full time? Or is that over? I think that's over. Oh, that must have been earlier on that Carlisle knocked out Stockport and won the playoff final earlier. But yes, as it stands... Oh, well, there has been a goal that is impacting, by the way, Koff. Aston Villa are 1-0 up. Villa have gone 1-0 up. Trying to find the goal. Oh, what a goal. 1-0 Villa. It's Douglas Luiz again. Yeah, I think Leeds and Leicester are going to go down, Geordie. John, why would you want to win a game? John, because I'll be honest, I don't want us to bet. To be fair, it doesn't matter because now Villa are in front. It doesn't matter what we do. Just genuinely, I'll be honest, I don't want us in the Conference League. I don't want us in Europe. I just want to start again at Tottenham. But Villa are 1-0 up, so it doesn't matter. Finish not being in the Conference League not being in Europe for a season is going to be the best thing for this club. Sometimes going backwards to go forwards is the best thing, but what a goal, by the way. He seems to be picking up handfuls of goals, Douglas Luiz, from on the edge of the box. Really tidy player. It's a really good goal as well, by the way. Really good goal. So, yeah, so Villa are now leading. So that is Spurs enough. We were in 7th place for about 5 minutes. Oh, and the goals are flying in, by the way, because we've got another goal that's gone in as Newcastle have gone 1-0 up against Chelsea. I mean, Chelsea lose all the time, so
Chelsea get battered everywhere they go, Perch. That's not.
Yeah. Guess who scored as well for Newcastle?
We are absolutely diabolical at defending now.
We are, aren't we?
I'm fully live, Perch. So if I react to anything, it's because we're actually fully live.
Yeah. If you react, mate, you're ahead of me. You'll be definitely ahead of me, so it's fine.
Yeah.
But Anthony Gordon has scored for Newcastle.
Good on him.
I'm just watching it. I'm a little behind on this goal. So
it's Mauricio Pochettino learning about his Chelsea team that he's taking over.
Well, I'm shocked. I said I'll be amazed if he doesn't. I was thinking, imagine he gets announced at half time. Daryl said, "You think Spurs will be above Chelsea next year?" No, I think I think Chelsea next season will continue to strength, but what they'll do is they'll change their ideology. Will be right. Pochettino will come in and he'll get that team ticking. It wouldn't shock me.
He's got all the attributes to make a really good team.
Of course, they've got a lot of young, hungry players there that will now. Yes, they're on a lot of money, and there's some young, really good talent there. But let's break it down for you. Enzo Fernandez ain't a bad player.
No,
another goal. Oh, Liverpool were 1-0 up against Southampton.
Yeah, that doesn't matter. It's a pointless game.
That's all but done, that game. But yeah, no, I genuinely think that we're going to see Pochettino do good things at Chelsea. And it's going to hurt, by the way. It's going to hurt, but I think it will. Oh, by the way, the Anthony Gordon goal is... We talk about how bad our defending is. That is some of the worst defending I've seen in the league all season. He's just got a tap in the 6-yard box. Yeah. One person's marking him. That's That's Eric Dyer, Davinson
Anthony
Sanchez
Gordon
style
has made the
defending.
absolute move of the season now, hasn't he? He's gone from Everton to Newcastle.
Yeah, how's he managed that, by the way?
He
But
absolutely.
yeah, that is. The Geordies are going wild in that way, and fair play to them, by the way.
Yeah, absolutely.
Everyone talks about their Saudi money and all that lot. They haven't spent loads of money. They spent money wisely.
They spent money properly. I wonder what that's like.
Yeah. It's an honestly, I could watch that goal every day of the week. By the way,
yeah,
it's just whipped across. I think it's Kieran Trippier. I think. Matt Targett. Sorry, he's just whipped it across goal, and it's a simple tap in. Oh, a really nice goal. Oh, and the Gooners are 1-0 up. And guess who scored it?
Who cares?
Fucking Granit Xhaka.
Oh, who cares?
Yeah, I know.
Let's have a look at this.
Yeah, if I was going to say, if you could
chance of being heard all round Leeds, apparently. I've got the TV muted.
Same. I've got it muted, so I can't. So
yeah, I've got it as well. So just in case, don't care really. But Leeds have a throw in, and they've taken it quickly.
Yep.
Tottenham already have 10 men behind the ball against Leeds, who look like they're getting relegated.
Yeah, Leeds will go down now. I think we'll win the game.
So embarrassing.
Oh, I've missed the Liverpool goal, but I'm going to go back and just check out on the Arsenal goal, the Granit Xhaka goal.
Yeah.
And just keep an eye on that one as we go along around, as we call it, around the grounds. Yeah, so it's 1-0 Arsenal, 1-0 Villa, 1-0 Newcastle, 1-0 Liverpool, 1-0 Tottenham.
Yeah. Leeds on the corner.
They've
got to throw the sink at us now, Leeds. They've got to do it.
Yeah, of course. They've got nothing to lose now. They're 1-0 down. They've got to win the game.
From Leeds. So that was Tottenham-esque, that corner. Not beating the first man. That's awful.
Oh, it's a good goal, to be fair. Good header from Xhaka, to be fair. Good ball in from Jesus. 1-0 Arsenal.
It is.
Why are Spurs wearing purple and gold?
They're not. They're wearing blue and yellow.
Oh, they are. They're wearing purple and gold.
Oh, maybe they're Levy out as well.
The whole team's Levy.
I bet they are.
Who's that?
For your celebrity fan base, you should do that. You should put a picture up.
Big Sam looks mad already.
Even the squad's. Well, he's the next Tottenham manager.
By the way, it doesn't shock me. By the way, Leeds turning this around. By the way, this is not the way that we've defended all season would not shock me one bit.
We are so bad. Like we can barely string two passes together and we're 1-0 up.
Gooners have gone 2-0 up in the game that meant nothing to them. But at least let's just have a word of thunk. At least they're having a good game. Those lads that paid 28 grand for those tickets, by the way.
Yeah.
Round of applause to you lads. At least you're getting a spectacle in a game that is literally a pre-season friendly for you.
Yeah, but it is, isn't it?
I mean,
like anyone that bought a ticket.
Oh my god, Granit Xhaka is on a hat trick, by the way. Now look, he scored 2 goals. I mean, he's in my fantasy team, so I can't complain.
You can get a holiday for 9 people for 28 grand.
I could.
And it's not just a half decent. That is a nice holiday for 9 people for 28 grand. That much money.
Can I get the live table in the screen? Let me try. Okay, if I can do this during the stream, Daryl, I will try and get it up. I'll see if I can.
I wish I knew how to do tech. It's not good. Ben Davis passing the ball out.
2-0 Liverpool, by the way. Bobby Firmino on his final game for Liverpool has scored.
He's rumoured to be going to Real Madrid, Bobby Firmino.
And by the way, the first goal was Jota, by the way, if anyone wanted to know. Yeah, so it's 2-0.
He was looking at that, Kulusevski. But smart turn. He's taking the foul.
See if I can get this up on the screen. That'll be nice, wouldn't it? Let's see. Does this update? Or do I need one that updates. Let me see. If I go on the Premier League website. I mean, yeah, no. They'll be crying and handing at their club legend. The same club legend, by the way, that threw the shirt on the floor and put his 2 fingers up at the fans, by the way.
All real Arsenal don't like Granit Xhaka though, do they? No,
You can't.
real
I
Arsenal
don't get.
fan. Anyone that, I mean, Hossam Ghali did it for us, and he was sent out
Exiled.
immediately, and
He was
that
gone,
was
weren't
the
he?
captain that did that.
Yeah, that's mad.
Basuma on the ball. Basuma looks really comfortable. He's probably possibly the only player I'm excited for next season. Basuma.
Agreed. Me too. I've said all along that we need to build our midfield around.
Yeah, absolutely.
Around him. He's the one with
Basuma and a midfielder that a destroyer next to them too.
Yeah, agreed. Oh, it's an absolute tap-in. It's a tap-in for Xhaka, but for the second
Very
goal.
interesting news, though. Oliver Kahn is being fired as the CEO of Bayern Munich.
Well, I read that he got banned from going to the celebrations in Cologne.
That he's being removed of his duty. Apparently, they're completely and utterly changing their board. I would love to have Oliver Kahn as our CEO. I'd love to get him at Tottenham.
I'd love to just. Yeah. No, you're right.
All the people that are being sacked from Bayern Munich, put them at Tottenham.
Yeah,
they know
agreed.
what they're doing. Those are football people that know what they're doing. I'd love to have Oliver Kahn.
I'd just love to
goalkeeper for us as well. Better than Lloris.
Yeah, probably. I mean, it isn't hard at the moment the way
Oliver
that we
Skip being dispossessed very easily.
Let's see if I can. Let me play around and see if I can get the table up because I've got it here. But now it's all about if it will stay on.
Very sloppy pass. Harry Kane trying to find Sonny. Leeds are starting to heat up a bit. They're starting to find some play together. We're just trying to play on the counter-attack, which is embarrassing that we're against a relegation team and we're playing counter-attacking football. And this is, what's it called? Ryan Mason that plays good football.
I doubt anyone's able to see that. So that sort of said it all, but I'm trying to figure out how to get it on screen.
It's the only problem with StreamYard. You can't just have a widget of the
Yeah, that's what I mean. The widget at the table just going would be nice, but it's fine.
Yeah, it would be lovely. Leeds are a free kick in a dangerous position. They're putting the ball in. We seem to have cleared it. Porro's on the ball. And Leeds have it back. We are so bad. We are so terrible.
Yeah, we
are awful.
Oh, Southampton have gone and scored, by the way. So, I mean, they're already down. So it's literally the most irrelevant game of football, by the way. Liverpool, Southampton.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's 2-1 at St Mary's. So I was St Andrews is Birmingham, but no, yeah, St Mary's in probably the most pointless game of football played today. I mean, there's a few pointless ones, but this is probably up there with the most pointless game of football. I'm just going to watch it and just see because it's in.
Here's a question for the viewers in the chat.
Go.
Do Nottingham Forest, now that they've stayed up, spend a bit more money? Because they've spent a lot of money in the summer on players. They bought a load of players. We all saw the new Nottingham Forest team, and it was like a school picture from the 1970s with those massive, full school pictures.
No, sorry to interrupt you, and I do apologise vehemently for apologising. The Southampton goal, by the way, is probably one of the nicest goals I've seen all season, by the way. That Carlos Alcaraz just turned, I want to say Robertson inside out, and it's a really nice goal, by the way. Really tidy goal. Yeah. Oh, and then just a one-touch pass into James. I tell you what, actually, no, that could go down one of goals of the season. Underrated goals of the season, by the way.
It doesn't mean anything, though.
It doesn't mean anything, but just the football. And James Ward-Prowse bends it into the bottom corner, by the way. Absolutely beautiful goal.
Would you take Ward-Prowse?
Yeah, 100%. I've said it all season. And by the way, there is a huge goal that has just gone in, by the way. Has is here, has just put it in. Oh no, not that one, by the way. The Brighton have equalised. It's Daryl Denton, that put in. Big up Daryl. 1-1. It is. Who scored it? Oh, it's
if
been
we
disallowed, by the way.
finish 8th, we're in the Conference League, right?
Disallowed. It's been given offside. It was Undav who scored, but it is being ruled offside. He's definitely that Incasio, I believe, is he's miles offside.
Oh, he's there was a terrible pass from Kulusevski to put Sonny in. Oh, but they've got the ball back.
And another goal has gone in. Is Fulham have gone 1-0 up against Manchester United. Which realistically, again, you could argue such an irrelevant game of football. By the way, what is Man United's team? You're a Man United fan in the chat, by the way. Have you fielded a strong team?
What's the point?
Has just replied to your one, mate.
Fulham need to win this. United need to win this game just to get them a bit of confidence. They're playing against juggernauts next week. You need to have that winning feeling. Oh, that was a good shot from, I don't know who that is from Leeds, but there was a deflection and it's gone down for a corner.
And Ben, just as has replied to you saying, no, Ben, Forest have enough quality for next year to stay up. Just trim the dross. Gibbs White looks good.
Gibbs White looks great, actually.
I think, do you know what? I'm always one of those. If I get something wrong, I hold my hands up and go, do you know what? I was wrong. I laughed at when I saw them spend that money for Gibbs White. Hold my hands up because he walks into our midfield. Walks in our midfield, by the way. Yeah. I mean, it's not hard, but yeah.
I would walk in our midfield, I think.
Ain't it typical? You can get all games. Us in England got to suffer Spurs. Yeah, no, it's boring. And we're playing Casemiro, Rashford. What's the point with the FA Cup final? I'm shocked you're not playing a rotated side, but
you've got to have that feeling.
Yeah, I was going to say you make a good point. You have, if you're going to rotate, you have to have it right rotation. So if there's a player that's got a niggle, you don't obviously take any risks, basically. But you're right, you need to. Has gone, drop Eriksen, Varane because they're injury prone but strong otherwise. Yeah, I think that's probably the right way. But I think you've got to remember is these sort of games, players want to play in finals. Like players want to play in cup finals. So you won't see players.
I wouldn't know what that's like, Perch. We usually sack people before cup finals and
But you're right. But my point being here is for example, you may not see the likes of a Casemiro lunging for a challenge to either get potentially injured or get booked. So what you do is you'll see a lot of players not committing. Like, in games that you need to win, they'll commit solely for it.
Right back.
There's 2 cups of rice, 2 cups of water.
Yeah.
I don't know where they came from.
Somewhere. Good pass. Kulusevski. We just look so. We can barely pass the ball to it. We just look so. Harry Kane's got the ball. He's the only one that looks like he can pass a football.
No, that is literally how it is at Tottenham, though. By the way, Leeds have woke up now. Yeah, Darryl. I'm thinking through the games, but it doesn't shock me. By the way, I just want Harry Kane to get 30 goals. By the way, to prove my point.
I mean, a lot of people have been arguing this. We've been having. If we didn't have Harry Kane in this team, we would be relegated. That's how bad.
I don't think we'd get relegated, but we'd be in that conversation. I think we'd be in the conversation.
We wouldn't win games without Harry Kane. He literally carries us through games.
But do you know what? Especially this season, because as I said earlier on, between Son, Kulusevski, and Richarlison, we've scored 13 goals. Harry Kane on his own has scored 29.
Yeah.
That, for me, that says everything. We don't, unless Harry Kane does something special, we don't win games of football anymore. We don't win games of football.
Which is good, lucky, because Harry Kane does do something special every week because he is a special footballer.
He has to. But this is why I always say to people, when people said to me about if Kane goes to Man United, they argued, I think it was on Savage Stream, and people arguing saying that Kane doesn't make Man United a title contender. And I said, yes, he does.
Of course he does. 35 goals in a year.
But do you know what I think what's bigger than just the goals? Kane doesn't have to. Aston Villa have gone 2-0 up, by the way. So at least we know we're not going to be in Europe. Europe is
Woohoo!
done. We're not going to be in the Conference League. We are going to be fine. So they are 2-0 up. Yeah. Celebrating Villa goals like this. Come on.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's an absolute shambles, by the way, from the goalkeeper. Right disaster class just when we needed it. Ollie Watkins with the goal.
Harry Kane has just hit the target, but it was a very limp shot. It was a deflection before.
But yeah, just as my
Good
point
tackle,
was, is
actually.
that. And yeah, so that my point when I said about the thing about Man United, and then do you know what the biggest thing is? Not even the goals. The biggest thing is Harry Kane won't have to solely.
Yeah.
He hasn't sort of got to carry a team on his back anymore.
No.
If he has a bad game,
Team,
Rashford or someone will have a good game. Oh, and there is a third goal at Arsenal, by the way. I told you it's their the game that is irrelevant. Man United. Fulham have just missed a penalty, by the way.
Yeah.
Alexander Mitrovic and Bukayo Saka has scored for Arsenal in a game that, as I said, is so irrelevant. It's a pre-season friendly.
Yeah, it is a pre-season friendly.
And Chelsea have gone and scored, and it is a ex-Spurs that has scored in Kieran Trippier. There's an own goal for in that game as Chelsea have actually scored a goal, but their players haven't done. I mean, yeah, that sort of says it all. Yeah, Mitrovic missed a penalty. Yeah, I think that's the key one here. You're at Man United, you're lacking a goal scorer, but you've got the players around him to do it.
He also adds that creativity. He's going to get the best out of a Rashford, out of an Anthony.
Big up Wayne. Big up.
It's just all round.
3-0 the arse. Mitro hates us too. Oh, big up wifey. Big up Susie. Love you, babe. Do you think Spurs start next season the way this one has ended, you'll be even further down? I'll be honest. I can see us starting seasons like, but I think, do you know what? I think the only way I'll feel confident next season, and when I say confident, I use it very loosely, by the way, very loosely in the sense that I just want to see progress. When people talk about us getting back into the Champions League and people talk about us competing for trophies, for me, I don't think we even need to talk about trophies and Champions League
for
a while.
For 5 years. We're so far behind.
Do you know what my bar? And I spoke to Sav about this as well. Me and him spoke about this in depth. I said, do you know what? I just want us to defend properly.
Yeah.
And when I say properly, not even system-based defending. I just want us to defend. I feel like we're going to concede goals all the time.
Well cut out. Tottenham have a corner.
There has been, by the way, there has been another goal we just missed, by the way. I mean, and I said to you, it's the most irrelevant game of the season, but Southampton have equalised it. It's Liverpool. Kadeem Sulemana has scored. So, but yeah, so just to sort of go on to your on Susie's comment, by the way, Ben, what are your thoughts, by the way, mate? Because that's how I see us at the moment.
It depends what we do in the summer. If we get in a proper manager, and I know you guys don't like the word backing, but they need to start building a nucleus of a team. We're going to have to start building a team again. This is not even a rebuild now.
No. We need to start building the house again. We need to knock whatever we've got there and start again, putting brick by brick, building up a thing. And listen, and this is a question that gets asked at the moment by everyone. There's been another goal. Oh, no, ignore me. It's about the game later on between Valencia and Espanyol, which will be very truly incorporated because we need to win that game against Valencia. But that is another relegation conversation that we're down there. But my question for Tottenham here is, you're right. I don't think we need a rebuild. We need to build properly. Build.
Need all work out what 5 defend. We need to get rid of all our defenders. I know a lot of people say, "Oh, we can't do that." Yes, you can. Sell every
Sometimes-
defender we have at the club and buy 4, 5 new defenders.
No, I don't think that will happen. But I do think that we need to offload our defenders. So if there's players out of contract in a couple of years, we just let their contract run out. Like Dyes is over at the end of next season. More likely going to let them.
Up Dyer's contract. He's only got 1 year left. Whip his contract up. Get rid of him.
If I had my way, I'd rip up a lot of players' contracts, by the way. I mean, you could list about 10 or 15 I'd rip up, easy. But my question here is, and this is just a sort of follow up on the question, was I don't mind us going backwards if it means we're going to go forward. In the sense that, and hear me out, and people calm before when you hear what I say. Would you sell Harry Kane now to start the new project without him?
No. Personally, no. Because I don't believe we will replace him this season.
No. But Ben, in theory, we're not going to be able to replace him.
If we get a decent offer for him, we have to ask him the question, don't you?
What's the decent offer?
At this moment in time, 70, 80 million.
Yeah, I think anything north of £80 million, we should be snapping whoever's hand off.
Well, we have to ask him the question: do you want to stay here? If you want to stay here, sign a contract. If you don't want to stay here, we've got an offer for 80 million. We've got to, but we need to sign a whole new defence. We need to sign 3 midfielders because Skip isn't good enough. Højbjerg isn't good enough. We need to get rid of Tanganga. We need to get rid of Dyer. We need to get rid of Davis. We need to get rid of half the team.
And Scott, just to sort of pick up on this, on your comment, mate, just a question here when you said no Europe for next season so we can pretend I'm not, but that will happen though. Let's be honest. That's how when we're not in Europe and we're playing one game a week, it means you get an extra day on the training pitch.
Yeah.
So you train Monday and Friday. I think it's Monday, Thursday, or whatever, however it is, Tuesdays, whatever the teams are. You train an extra day.
Yeah.
So it will. And listen, we needed that, I think, and this is where I've stood by with not being in Europe. The Conference League. Let's be honest. The way that we operate, we have to remember we don't like it. None of us like it, but the way we operate, the Conference League does absolutely nothing for us.
No, it doesn't, because we're not going to try and win it.
Because listen, and I said that key point. If we were in it, and I knew that hand on heart, we'd go out there and try and win that. I'd go, do you know what? Why not?
Yeah, win it.
But we never do. We hadn't done it in the Europa League. Now, guys, there's 2 goals that have gone in. By the way, whilst we've been speaking, we will.
Really?
Scott, I will pin this for 2 seconds, my friend, and I will finish off your point, and I'll let you go. We have a big goal. And it's come at the at Leicester City, because Leicester have now gone 1-0 up against West Ham United, by the way.
Yeah.
So as it stands, Leicester are staying up as it stands. Harvey Barnes.
Oh.
And the other goal that has gone in, by the way, is Taiwo Awoniyi scored for Nottingham Forest, who, as I know from my mate Dave, who has been on the football takedown with Savra and Co.
Yeah.
He's having an absolute party at Selhurst Park, by the way. He's loving life. Big up to Dave, because he would have loved to have come on, but he's having a good time, and let's enjoy it whilst you're there. Why not? You deserve it, mate. Big up to you. Sorry, just to carry on, Scott, by the way, on your thing. I do think, mate, that we need train. Listen, when I say training, it's not like we've got a team now that we go, do you know what? A bit of quality here and there improves us substantially.
No, it doesn't. We need tactical, we need defensive, we need everything.
Agreed. I think we need to build. When I say build, I don't mean a rebuild, because I hate that word, because I don't think we need that. We need to start again from goalkeeper to striker. We need to go, do you know what? We're going to play this way, and we're going to buy players systematically to build that. That's my thoughts. The treble is on next season, cousin, mate. Yeah, I mean, we'll be lucky. We'll be lucky to win 3 games next season. I mean, I'll call that our treble. I mean, if Spurs ever, babes, I love you, but behave. We'll have words later. 5 years, you're hopeful, Ben.
My little nephew's coming in pretending he's a cat.
You're hopeful, Ben. Unless we get very lucky, we're probably looking
Yeah,
at longer than
I
that.
agree.
I think this could be a decade of pain. It could be. And listen, it could be a decade of pain.
Bottom is the person. We got the painful rebuild without the rebuild. We just got the pain.
Yeah,
and that's what we're getting. I look at this Tottenham team, and they just cannot play football.
No. Right, so, by the way, the Harvey Barnes goal is absolute quality. By the way, that is an absolute tidy finish.
I mean, Everton would Everton. I've had this argument all week. I had it on another channel. Everton are a bigger club than Tottenham, and if you disagree with that, you're wrong.
Historically,
they are a bigger club than Tottenham historically, because that's what we are now. We're a big club historically. We're not a big club.
No,
big clubs are Manchester City, Arsenal, all the teams that are competing. They're the big teams. We're a big club historically. Everton are a bigger club than us, and they're going to go down.
Yeah, and just for the people that wanted the table, as you can see now, Everton and Leeds are going down if it stays as it is, by the way. If it stays as it is, Leicester are the teams staying up, and Leeds and Everton are going down. And if we scroll back to the top, I mean, we know about the top.
Yeah.
At the moment, if it stays as it is, Man United are finishing above Newcastle, and Liverpool, Brighton, and Villa are going to take the last European place. And Chelsea will go up to 11th, so they will top the bottom half of the league for them. Celebration time. Get the champagne out.
Absolutely, I'll get another beer out.
Oh, I might actually join you, mate. I might just join you. So if I take that out now, we go back to normal. But yeah, big up to everyone in the chat, by the way. And also, guys, if you haven't, please like, subscribe.
We're so lucky Leeds are worse than us. But they are so bad.
Subscribe to this man. His calm coffee talk is what you need sometimes midweek. Sometimes I just have you on while you're working.
Coffee talks for the next couple of weeks because we're going to be in Disney. So everyone's going to have a bit of cold turkey from the chill.
Love that. Love it. So yeah, let's just carry on with some comments. 70 and Martial, beggars can't be choosers. Do you know what, Daryl? If that offer was on the table, I actually would take it. I'd take 75 mil in Martial. I don't think people. I think it actually is a good deal. It sounds terrible, but it actually isn't a bad deal. You know. Would you have that? Oh, he's got.
No, I wouldn't. What are you doing? It's more entertaining than the football, though.
Oh, 100%, man. I haven't put the Spurs game on.
More entertaining than the football. I wouldn't take Martial. Martial, I don't think he's good enough.
If you took 75 million quid in Martial, you wouldn't take that?
No.
For Harry Kane?
I'd take the 75 quid without the Martial. I don't like Martial as a player. Not for us.
Yeah, he's very missed. It will make zero. I'm assuming Scott, you're on about the training, mate. But I think you're missing the point here. When I say about the training, so I'm assuming that's what it's for. So correct me if I'm wrong, mate. But for me, the training side of things isn't with these players. The training is about bringing new players and building a team from the beginning. Go in. Do you know what? We want to keep 3 or 4 of these players, and we're starting again. I think that's where you were trying to get that with that one. There ain't no quick fix, us, Daryl. This could, as I said. I think it could take a decade to fix us again. Spurs can put more emphasis on domestic up without Europe, the travelling, the staying away from family. Yeah, I think that's what we need at the moment. I genuinely do believe that. I think we need just to have one season out of Europe moving forward. The problem is Dier, Sanchez, Højbjerg, Royal, I mean, the list goes on, doesn't it? Don't need more training time. What we need to bring in the players that could benefit. But Scott, I think that's the point. I think we need a lot of those players need to start going. A lot of those on that list need to start going from the club. But what we need to do is bring in new players. The new manager's philosophy has to be implemented, and we have to work on that, I think.
Yeah.
But I do get your point. The bridges have been burnt so many times that we don't believe
this team is unsavable. It's totally unsavable.
Yeah, Mark was right. Everton won leagues when he was at school. I mean,
Everton
they
won 9 league titles.
Historically,
9 league titles they've won.
Historically, a big football club. Yeah, mate. If you haven't, by the way, sub to this man. Do it now. If you're in here and you've not subbed to the coffee company, why not? do it. It's brilliant.
Yeah, sub to us.
Sometimes it's nice to just not talk football
15
for
away
an hour.
from 300. 15 away.
Scott's just coming with that. I don't think Europe helps us or we will win it. I think Europe or no Europe makes no difference either way. Yeah, I get your point, but for me, it's the not doing the Thursday, Sunday.
Yeah.
Like it means that we can have a Saturday game and then another Saturday game. We can what I think. Do you know what the benefits of having it is? What we can do. The biggest part for me.
These fans are crying.
There is a goal, by the way. There is a goal
Lovely.
that's gone in. That is important. Is I believe Aston Villa have just gone and scored. Brighton have scored, by the way. 2-1. I've just missed it. So it's 2-1. So it's game on, by the way. Game on. This one does stand as well. But yeah, Scott, I think so. Just to sort of carry on my point on this, mate, was for me, it's about what we're stopping. If we are in Europe next season, we're going to have a big squad, which means the likes of Dyer, Sanchez, Davis, all of these players are going to have to be retained because we're going to have to.
If we're out of Europe, it means we can trim down the squad because
we can trim the squad big time and start again.
Yeah.
And that listen, if you asked this question 2 years ago when we got into the Conference League, I was sitting there going, no, I don't mind us being in it because I want us to win it. Yeah. For me, I believe we've gone so far south that do you know what?
I don't see it being Fiorentina. I don't see it being
No. Do you know who's going to be in there this season? Juventus.
Oh.
Because they've just got their 10 Juventus. I mean, they could still technically.
Juventus can win the Europa League and go and win the Champions League, be in the Champions League.
No, they're out of the Europa League.
Oh, they only got beat, didn't they?
It's Sevilla.
Sevilla versus
Roma. But I think if they beat AC Milan and win their last game of the season, that would get them into that gets them back into the Champions League or Europa League.
Yeah.
Big up Dow too on Villa. Another
Conference League next year, and we won't beat Juventus. We can't beat Juventus.
Yeah, Scott, I don't disagree with this as well because we'll run terribly, mate. We'll run terribly. I just sit back and I just think, as I said, I think I've made my point. I just think, do you know what? If not being in Europe means that we can if it allows us to get rid of absolutely the dross at our football club.
Absolutely. It's what I mean.
That is why I don't want to be in it.
Trim it down. One of the good things that Antonio Conte did was he trimmed the squad down and had a squad that was all on one page.
Yeah.
And that's what we got to do again.
Because the thing is, I think do you know what people forget as well? I'm not saying you forget it, Scott, because I know you're in all these all the chats all the time, mate. Big up to you.
Big up, Scott, yeah.
But the one thing I think
hire a good director of football. It's him. That's why he's here.
Yeah, I'm adamant you're Scott Mum, by the way. I'm sticking with that.
He is. He's Scott Mum.
But the one, do you know what? The one thing, mate, that we do we've got a problem with. The biggest problem we've got. It's not even the players that we've got here. It's the players out on loan that are going to be coming back. I think we've literally got a busload of players coming back, and we've gone. What are you going to do with me? What are you going to do with me? And I think, do you know what? That is going to be so important. And that's why I've said, do you know what? This season, I think this transfer window, the biggest part of it is not even signing players; it's getting rid of players. I think. There's even a part of me thinking I'd happily not sign anyone in this window. Yeah. Bear with me. If it meant that we got rid of 15 players.
Yeah.
And listen, and if we had another disaster season where we go, do you know what, let's not bother. And then it means that we've then trimmed the squad by half and we go, do you know what, we want this, and this. Now we can start working. It won't happen, but I know. I am fancy.
Exactly. Yeah, we have to get rid of all this dross. All of them. They've all got to go.
Harold, I think the bigger one here, I know you say we've got to make the most mistakes. Do you know what we need to do? We need to get rid of players that are on the massive salaries.
Massive salaries and make the most. Like, for example, Dyer. Dyer
Ndombele's on 200 grand a week. No player in Europe, no team in Europe is signing Ndombele on 200 grand a week, by the way. Lo Celso's 150. So
we can actually get the money for Lo Celso though from Villa.
I think Villa will get him. I mean, ironically, he'll probably go and win a Europa League with Villa, Conference League with Villa. But Mark, put your money where your mouth is, because I'm not crazy enough to put my money where my mouth is. As I said, I mean, until the triple's on until Christmas. mate. Yeah, you're right. We can't. Yeah, true. But
I don't even think we can win a trip. I know we can if we win both domestic cups and the league.
Yeah, but I mean, but Cousins, mate. I don't think the treble, as long as I don't think we'll have three wins by Christmas. That for me is a treble. Just us winning 3 games.
It's more likely to catch more catfish than we're going to win. Big up the Sheriff.
Up the Sheriff. How are we doing on football terms? Oh, there has been a goal. We've just missed it. Man United have scored.
Oh, who cares?
1-1 in a game that, as I said, is irrelevant. The goal was scored by Jadon Sancho. Well, it's a doubt. Lloris, Dyer, Sanchez need to go first.
Absolutely.
I could list even more on that, mate.
But those 3 are the 3 calamitous ones. They make the most mistakes in the team. Getting a David Raya, getting a proper centre back like a Tarkovsky or a Ben Mee. I'd love to have Ben Mee at Tottenham. I'd love
Ben Mee. But do you know what? And you've actually turned onto brought a subject up that I'd love to talk about right now. Is we as fans need to stop this believing on we're going to get these amazing players, because the likes, as you say, of Ben Mee are probably our level right now.
Yep.
Let's be honest. Last summer, if anyone
said at the moment from Leeds, Meslier is better than Lloris at the moment.
Yeah, there's a lot more at the moment, but we need to, as a fan base, stop. If I had it already with the lad that we've been linked with, the Victor Nilsson, who's linked at Galatasaray, Swedish centre half. Everyone's going, but it's Galatasaray.
Yep. Kim Min-jae was at Fenerbahce.
We can't be as a fan base now.
Beggars can't be choosers.
Agreed. But listen, if we're going to go down this analytical route, which I hope we are, when I want us to, start doing the Brighton, what Brentford are doing. The irony for me would be that
there are Tottenham Hotspur YouTubers who you could employ that know all the best stats. People just get them in.
I mean, High Will. Let's be honest, High Will Stewart. He'll tell you every single player around Europe.
Get them in. Yeah, they can tell you. They could do you a job.
But for me, as I said though, the main part of it, what I'm trying to say is that if for example, if this is a classic thing from Tottenham fans, is that we'll go, now we're better than a Victor.
We're not.
No. Just hear me out. We're better than this player from Galatasaray, and then Brighton sign him, and then at the end of the season, everyone goes, "Oh my God, what a player!" Yeah. Spurs. There's already one player this season that Spurs fans turned down, and now look at him, Sven Botman. Yeah. Everyone was going, "We're better than getting the lad."
Botman. I was desperate for it.
I know you were, but there was a lot of the masses were going, "Now we can get better than Sven Botman. He's at Lille. We can get a better team. We can get better players." But we don't. And let's be honest, we got Clement Longley, and he's terrible.
Yep.
Maybe we need to start going down this. I think is that another goal? No, it's an old one. Yeah, Sancho scored earlier. Sorry, mate. Yeah. That's an old message. I scouted Enzo Lefebvre from Lorient from France. Value 15-20 odd million. He'll come if we finish 8th. Yeah. Listen, we're a bigger club than Lorient in France. Let's be honest. We're bigger. And we can offer wages and money that these clubs. I mean,
William Saliba was at St Etienne.
Yep.
Look how good he is. As soon as he exits that Arsenal team, they can't defend anymore.
Exactly. It's half time across the grounds, by the way. So at the moment, I'll just put it back up on screen. If it stays as it is, why is it so tiny? Oh, that's why. If it stays as it is, Leicester are staying up, and Everton at the moment are going down with the likes of Leeds.
I'm fighting between a really good friend of mine that supports Everton and Wayne Holland, who supports Leicester. I would really love for Wayne to stay up, because Wayne Holland is such a lovely bloke.
Yeah, big up Wayne Holland, by the way, mate. I know you're in the stadium right now, and I could probably see you whilst watching it, because I've got that game on at the moment, going absolutely berserk. And mate, big up to you, and I hope you guys, good luck to you guys on your survival. But But yeah, no,
Unfortunately, Perch, I've got to jump off and help my brother cook dinner. So
no worries, no worries. If
it
you're
was great
welcome to
spend
come
this
back on,
afternoon.
you're welcome to come back on if you're free.
Yeah.
Anyone, and also anyone in the chat, if you want to come on and have your say, you're more than welcome. I might go get another beer. And if you've got to go, mate, it's been an absolute pleasure. And as I said, you're welcome to come back on at any time.
Yeah, if
and
I've
guys
got
in the
time, I'll
chat,
jump back on.
go and subscribe to this man. Do it. Do it now.
Yeah.
Mate,
Links in the chat, everyone. I'll
links
post
in
it
the
again
chat.
even.
Big up to you, mate. Yeah, links there. Look, go and sub to this man. He's an absolute
Yeah.
legend.
Big up, Perch. Thanks for having me on, as
Stay
always.
safe, mate. And if you want to come back
Cheers.
on, mate, just give me a shout and I'll bring you back in, mate. Take it easy.
Cheers.
Big up to the cough. Big up to the cough. Yeah, so at the moment, down the bottom, we've got a Leicester at the moment are going to stay up and Everton are going down as it stands. I'm just going to get my beer and I'll be back in a second. I'm back. Big up to the 10 of you guys still watching this stream. Let's have a bit of games. Who's in it? If you're in it, comment in it now. I want your opinions on stuff. So I don't know, put something in the chat if you're in here because I want your thoughts. I want your thoughts on what we're going to talk about. Who's been team of the season? Who's been team of the season? And that can be on completely different parameters. If Man City, because they won the league, or maybe in the likes of Bournemouth or Forest or something, staying up. Who, pound for pound, has been the best team in the league? So let me know. There you go. Who has been the best? I mean, I can't even type. Sorry. I tried to do that really quick. Yeah, so I'll do that again. So guys in the chat, who has been the best team in the league? So I mean, I was gonna say I'll pin this has for a second, Matt, and I will talk about this after this one, really. Mark's gone not Tottenham, facts. It's always City. Yeah, but okay, so City have been collectively the best team because they've won the league and they've done it at a canter. But you've got to judge everything on levels. Like, for example, the likes of Nottingham Forest were never going to go and win the league. Let's be honest. They haven't got the squad to. But then staying up, same with Bournemouth. They spent very little. So what I want to balance it. Who has been the best team in the league? Man City, yes. But pound for pound, I'm going to say pound for pound, Bournemouth have been the best team in that sentence. Yeah. So biggest achievement. So who's achieved the most pound for pound? Man City has spent loads of money. So we all expected Man City to win the league. Let's be honest. I think all of us did our predictions at the start of the season. Everyone put Man City at number 1. And what everyone also did is they put Bournemouth at 20. Yeah, Newcastle. I think Newcastle's a great shout. Brighton's a great shout. I will still stand by my things of Bournemouth comfortably staying up, by the way. They haven't just stayed up, they've comfortably stayed up. I'll put the league table up, by the way. Bournemouth are 16th on 40 points. As I said, comfortably have stayed up. You could argue Forest on 40 points, just got promoted and have, again, comfortably stayed up. Newcastle getting into the Champions League, I think that's a fair shout. Brighton getting into Europe is another good shout. So I think you've got fair points on all of them. So what do people think? I think I've seen a lot of Newcastle's, I've seen Brighton's, Man City. Obviously, listen, Man City have to be in that conversation. They've won the league comfortably. Won it comfortably now. At the top of the table, as I said, it's they've won the league by 6 points, by the way, and it's still 0-0 at against Brentford. God, beer does. When the weather's lovely, a nice beer is lovely. So the next question is going to be this. Who has been the worst team? And before you all shout Tottenham, let's take Tottenham out of Tottenham. So next question, who's been the worst team in the league, pound for pound? Pound for pound, who's been the worst team in the league this season? Yeah, I shoot, 18th to Europe that's an absolute shout. I think that I want to hold that one again for a second, mate, because it will come on to my next question. Because there's a reason for that. So the worst team, who in the chat, guys, who's been the worst team in the league? Because for me, I think there's a few names on it. For me, I would say Spurs are in the conversation for worst team in the league. I think we play some of the worst football. I would put Everton in that conversation. I'd put Southampton in that conversation. Yeah, Leicester. I mean, Leicester potentially could stay up. Southampton, table doesn't bang on. But here's my thoughts on Southampton, by the way, guys. Maybe people will think I'm some sort of hipster when I say it. I actually don't think Southampton have a bad team. I think, do you know what they done is they got completely wrong with managerial by keeping a hold of Nathan Jones for as long as they did, ruin their season. He was terrible, that Nathan Jones. And you just thought... So that for me was the key one. So what are people saying? So I've got Leicester, Southampton. I'm putting Tottenham in that. I think we've been useless this season for the players that we have. And I say this all the time. Without Harry Kane, we'll be in that conversation down the bottom. Next one is going to be this. So let me see. Darryl saying Leicester. Yeah. Mark saying Southampton. The next one I'm going to ask, guys, is who has been, again, this is going to be a one on, not on where they are in the league, but this is all down to what they've done. The next question is who has been the best manager in the league this season? Oh. Yeah, sorry. Who has been the best manager in the league? And listen, that obviously you've got to remember that is about when they've taken over, what they've done. So you could put in the likes of Pep Guardiola. I mean, he's completely won the league at Man City. You could put in the likes of Eddie Howe, has completely revamped that Newcastle team. You could argue Ten Hag. He's got Man United into Champions League. He's won them a trophy. You could say Unai Emery has taken Aston Villa from relegation battles to Europe. You could say Gary O'Neill has somehow allowed Bournemouth to comfortably stay up. Marco Silva's another great shout, mate. Marco Silva's done well, but has he been the best manager in the league, pound for pound? Under the other names like Steve Cooper has got that Forest team to stay up. Eddie Howe, Eddie Howe's a good shout. It's a tough one, you know. I think it'll be a real tough one. And I'm going to give it to Gary O'Neill. I think what he's done at Bournemouth has been near miraculous. Near miraculous. And I felt when he wasn't in the names of managers of the season, I felt it was a complete and utter disservice to what the work he's done at Bournemouth. Let's be honest, guys. No one in this chat right now, no one would have said to me that they had Bournemouth staying up this season. I saw a lot of people saying they'll be the first team to get relegated. They've been comfortable under Gary O'Neill. They came to our place and looked good. So I think, pound for pound, Gary O'Neill, with the team that he's assembled there, I think he's been the best manager in the league. just on what he's done. Listen, as I said, I had Pep Guardiola to win the league comfortably. You could argue Mikel Arteta. Do we want to say that? No one had Arsenal in the top four, let alone in a title race. So that's an argument. But for me, I'm saying Gary O'Neill. I think Gary O'Neill has been incredible this season. He gets so undeserved. Yeah. But yeah, Cousins, mate, Mark, you're right. Bournemouth have done well, and they've got a tiny stadium, but this is about saving. I think this is just about what Gary O'Neill has done. He's gone and won them games of football and got them to stay up. And as I said, comfortably stay up, by the way. Comfortably. So I think they're my... Pardon me. I think they're my team to... he's my manager of this league. I think completely gone under the radar about what a job he's done there. Next question. Next one, guys. We're going to go for who has been... Oh, that's the same one. It didn't save. Apologies. Who has been... I keep forgetting to save it. It won't work. Sorry, guys. I apologise. This is shambles for me. Who has been the worst manager in the league? Pound for pound, and that could be managers that have been there for 5 minutes. That could be managers that have been there all season. Who are people putting down as the worst manager in the league this season? I've got two that I would easily put in there. I'm sure this is the best man. Pep for me, I think we often ignore guys at the top, amazing talent. Listen, Scott, I agree, by the way. Pep Guardiola has been incredible. But I talk about it more in the context of Gary O'Neill, what he's done for Bournemouth, in how he's kept him up. But yeah, listen, that's fine. Worst Conte? No way. Not for me. No, I think there's even worse than Ryan Mason. I think, I'm Conte glad he's gone, mate. I was glad he went. But listen, he was nowhere near the worst in the league. There's two names, Nathan Jones and Frank Lampard. I think them two have been the worst, by the way. The worst. Objectively speaking, SBR Arteta 2 years in a row cannot get his team over the finish line. No, but what has Arteta done though? Like, I think I get what you're trying to get at with this, but for me, I'm taking my Tottenham hat off for a second here. You can't put Arteta in the worst managers in the league. Look at the likes of what Nathan Jones done. Look at what Frank Lampard's doing with that team at Chelsea. Ryan Mason at Tottenham hasn't been great. So there's other managers that have been a lot worse. Could you argue Brendan Rodgers at Leicester has nearly took him down? So I think I'm putting my 50 pence on Frank Lampard being the worst manager in the league this season. Does anyone agree or disagree with me? So there is actual protest outside the Leicester Stadium. I'm not sure what's going on here. They're protesting something. There's loads of them outside. I'm not sure why. Or if they're protesting for the second half, but big up them. Lampard is terrible, but I might have to give him a pass because the team he's been given, the team had given up when he came in, but I'm not sure he would have. But we've got to remember, by the way, Frank Lampard was at Everton as well, and he was doing terrible there as well. So I think we have to balance it and say he's done terrible at both jobs this season. So I'm sorry, I've got to say Frank Lampard. I think Rodgers, good point. Leicester team was way too good to be in a relegation. But true. I think you're right on that as well. Rodgers is a shout. Lampard inherited a dreadful team at Chelsea. No, he didn't. He inherited a young, hungry, talented players and can't get a tune out of any single one of them, by the way. None of them. They can barely win games of football. They get battered every week, by the way. Terrible team. Nah, I'm not having that. And at Everton, yeah, listen, that Everton team should not be in a relegation battle. Should not be. They're not great, but they shouldn't be in a relegation round. Not got sound on Leeds match. What a Spurs fan thing. Yeah, same. I've got my sound off obvious reasons. So if you've got it on, let me know. If the chants are going wild, I hope so. Yeah. No, yeah, no problem with that. Yeah, I think everyone forgets he was at Everton and did terribly there as well. I think his managerial career is over, by the way. Don't have a go at Rodgers. He'll be in soon. Yeah, Mark, listen, he's going to be our manager in about a month's time, isn't he? Let's be honest. I think we've all agreed on the fact that he'll be our manager next. Let me put that back there. Let's have a go before we go back to it, by the way. Let's just change that. We're going to go. We'll do this quickly because they're about to come back on. And the last question before we go back live is this. Who has been the best / worst signing in the league? So let me know who's been your best signing in the league this season and who's been your worst signing. I'm going with two. The best signing in the league, I think, has got to go to Erling Haaland. I don't think there's an argument elsewhere, but Erling Haaland for me has been the best signing pound for pound. That man is insane. And the worst signing, the biggest flop, I'm going Richarlison. I think Richarlison, 1 goal in the league this season, goes down as the worst in my opinion. Yeah, Daryl, you're bang on, mate. We're thinking it. Haaland's the best and Richarlison's the worst. Easy. Casemiro, something we lacked for 10 years. Yeah, I think you're being biased there, but I get it. I think Casemiro's been incredible, by the way. He's in the conversation. But yeah, I think Haaland, I think you can't go against how good Erling Haaland's been this season. I think he's been nearly phenomenal, by the way. Absolutely phenomenal. But yeah, so that's my thoughts on that, guys. Anyone else in the chat that what your thoughts are? There has been a goal, by the way. We've scored and I haven't even got the game on. It's 2-0. My game hasn't even started and we've gone 2-0 up. Pedro Porro. Yeah, 2-0 Tottenham. Leeds, by the way, this is fundamentally relegated Leeds, hasn't it? Leeds are down. That is one of the 2 down now. Goodbye, Leeds. It's been a pleasure for you in the Premier League, but you're gone. I haven't actually seen the goal yet, so it is 2-0. Pedro Porro has scored. I'm just watching it. 2 quick goals in both halves. Oh, Harry Kane, that's marvellous, by the way. Oh, wow. Sorry. How can anybody say anything about Harry Kane? He is simply marvellous. Pedro Porro, by the way, what a goal. Great goal from him. Fair play to him, by the way. But what are you doing? Wow, Harry Kane, that's incredible. Leeds are done. Yeah, now, Daryl, you're right. It's all about Villa winning at... It's all about Aston Villa winning against Brighton, so we're not in the Europa Conference League. But listen, we'll take that off now. But yeah, we are back underway. I just want to say, guys, if you haven't, please smash the likes to the channel and all the socials above. Road to 1K is on. If you haven't subscribed, please do. It genuinely means the world. I will just double check and do my quick check. We're up to 615 subscribers. Can we get 5 more subs before the end of the stream so we get to 620? Would be absolutely phenomenal. Massive shout out to the channel. Welcome. I'm massive shout out to anyone that has recently subbed. If you are in the chat and you have just subbed, send me a message on the stream and I'll give you a shout out. Massive shout out to you guys for that have subbed. I think it's about 3 subs we've had. So massive shout out to you. Let's see if I've got a notification. See if you have subbed. It hasn't come up on my thing. So yeah, big up to you guys if you have subbed. I think Daryl, mate. I think it's a season to forget for Heung-min Son. He hasn't been great. Let's be honest, by the way, he's not the biggest problem at Tottenham. We've got so many more, but I put him on really high standards. So for me, he's been way below his standards. Not saying he's crap, by the way, because I think he's a good player, but he's not had a good season at all. I agree. I tell you what, though, his assist was good. Oh, there has been another goal in the in the game that, again, as I said, is so irrelevant. Arsenal are 4-0 up. They've turned up in a game that they basically didn't need to, which is ironic. So, yes, that has happened. It is my queue is just frozen, by the way. And him scored. Mate has scored. Yeah, my stream has gone a bit weird. Let me know if you can still see me, by the way, because I think a lot of it's just all frozen up. So I'm just stop sharing that. I'm not sure what's going on with my stream. Arsenal are 4-0 up. If you let me know if you're in the stream, by the way, and you can still see me, by the way, because it's all gone a bit weird. Everything's kind of frozen and not working right. I'm just having a look at the Arsenal goal. I believe Arsenal have scored. I'm just having to close some bits down because my streams are going mad. Yeah, it was. I've got another goal, I believe. Is there? Oh, it's been disallowed. The Arsenal goal has been disallowed. So it is still 3-0. Is it gone crackly, mate? Oh, yeah, no, my stream's gone a bit weird. So sorry, guys. I'm just trying to fix it. I'm not sure what's going on. It's all gone a bit weird. It's gone all Spursy on me. Okay, let me know how it is now, if it's any better. Oh, cheers, mate. Cheers, Haz, for that. Cheers. Yeah, no, it was all going a bit crackly and weird for me. The whole thing was crashing. But Matt, big up, mate, big up. As I said, Arsenal are 3-0 up. Their goal has been disallowed by Thomas Partey's goal has been disallowed. Let's just have a little look now, and we'll go back to around the grounds. Cheers, Daryl. Cheers, mate. Cheers. Yeah, no, my whole thing just froze a bit, and it was all jarring a bit. Has there been another goal elsewhere? Southampton, by the way, have just scored it again, by the way. Kadeem Sulemana has put Southampton ahead against Liverpool. I mean, as I said, it is so irrelevant. It means nothing to anyone. But Southampton are going to go out, finish the season with a win, it looks like, if it stays as it is. Kadeem Sulemana has scored. So big up to him. And Man United have just scored Bruno Fernandes. So it is now 2-1 against Fulham for Man United. So we have got goals flying in across the ground. Just having a look. It's still 1-1 at Chelsea Newcastle. But yeah, so we've got goals left, right and centre at the moment. So, which is great. We love goals flying in at the moment. So, can they finish 6th, Liverpool? No, I don't think so. Brighton are losing. And even if they finish 6th, yeah, they won't be able to. Brighton are 4 points behind them, even if they win. And yeah, Bruno Fernandes has scored. Yeah, Daryl's right. Yeah, they can't. So everything has gone all fuzzy for me, and it's all gone a bit crackly. Oh, we're being treated by footballing royalty now. My mate Coov is here. How you doing, mate?
Big up, Percy.
Since last time we were on a stream from earlier.
No, I shaved my head late last night. It was just too hot, and I just got annoyed with it, with hair being there. So
I had a weird one. That you had hair earlier, which is quite interesting. How are you, mate?
It's probably just the shadow there.
Probably.
Yeah.
How are you getting?
I was really enjoying the football for the first half, I must admit. Trouble is, I was watching Villa against Brighton.
I knew that was coming. Listen, I've been flicking around the ground. So
fantastic game. Could have been 3-3 at half time. Villa, my God, they're so well organised now under Unai Emery.
Mad, isn't it?
Looks of it.
Very.
Yeah. playing the high line, offside trap all the time. Caught Brighton so many times.
Yeah.
And then they took their 2 goals well. Brighton came back into it and just started showing them who's the better football team. So it's really set up for the second half. I lost my stream though. So what's my backup? Watching our lot 2-0 up.
I mean, only Spurs can go Spursy when we don't want us to win a game of football. By the way, that is literally classic Tottenham. Oh, we'll get battered to Leeds, and then we actually. But it's circumvented. There's no pressure for us today, and we actually playing all right against a really crap Leeds. By the way, Leeds are terrible. Like, there's no shot they're going down. But big shout out, as we did earlier, by the way, is the big up to Wayne Holland that his Leicester team at the moment are staying up. Or are they? Are they? Because there's been a goal at Goodison Park, and it is 1-0 Everton. Everton at the moment are going to stay up. God, that was timing.
I think Everton will stay up.
Everton have just scored. Arsenal have now gone 4-0 up after they were 4-0 up and then it got disallowed. The goal, and Gabriel Jesus has scored for Arsenal. They're 4-0 up now in a game that's. But I was, me and Ben was on earlier, mate, and we were just talking that at least that the lads that spent 28 grand for a ticket have got a good game to watch.
Yeah, that's true. It's true.
Those poor lads that spent 28 grand on a ticket thinking it would be the title ceremony. You poor sods. Yeah, I would never pay that sort of money for a game of football.
They can play when there's nothing on it, can't they?
Yeah, it happened last season, didn't it? When they battered whoever it was last game of the season, but it was all but done. Just watching the Everton goal.
Season as well.
Oh, what a goal, by the way. If that's the goal that stays up, then keeps them up, then fair play. Abdoulaye Doucouré has come out of nowhere to start scoring goals for this team. What a finish. It's an absolute rifle. He's rifled it in. And fair play, the lad, the Goodison Park, there's people with crutches going everywhere, by the way. It is chaos. I think it may have took a deflection. Talk about, mate. I'll send it over to you. I'll put it in the chat. You're welcome on, mate. Jump in, mate. I'll just put it in here. You're welcome on, mate. Welcome on.
I heard the pitch was a big issue in our game. Like it was like almost made out of treacle.
No, that's just Kulusevski running now.
Haven't seen anything.
Mate.
Yes, the grass is sort of longish, isn't it? There's that maybe.
But knowing then they've done that on purpose, probably. But listen, let's be honest. We play like that anyway.
We can't keep the ball anyway. It doesn't matter if you
mate. We're not very good. But at the moment, if it stays like this, Everton are staying up through Abdoulaye Doucouré. Darryl, why am I sat here thinking Villa aren't going to win? Because it wouldn't shock me now if Brighton go and equalise. By the way, that's the game to watch. By the way, the Doucouré guard. Just watching it again. I don't know if it doesn't take a deflection. I thought it did initially, but he's whacked it. He's hit it on the volley, but he's hit it with a bend on it, and it's just flown into the bottom corner. I thought it took a deflection initially, but it's just caught the goalkeeper out. Really, really good goal. The Goodison faithful are going balmy. Fair play to them. And Sean Dyche is being Sean Dyche, which is great. This is always good to see. But it's 1-1 at Goodison Park, which is important for them to stay up anyway.
In a Brighton game. The way Brighton finished the first half, I was tempted to put a bet on them to win it.
Who's that?
Brighton to win it.
Oh, yeah.
Trouble is, I lost my stream, so I can't watch the second half, which is really annoying. But otherwise, we could end up with European football after all.
A Brighton goal now means we'll be in Europe next season. Let's be honest. Indeed. It is as simple as that. A Brighton goal puts us in Europe next season. Yeah.
Such a
From my instance.
such mixed opinions on whether we have Europe next season, isn't there?
Listen, I'm in the boat of I don't think we should be in it because I think we can actually start again and start properly. But listen, I'm always one of those. If we're in it, I want us to win it. I know we won't, but I always sit on that balance of big Coles here. I'll get you in, my friend. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing well. How are you guys?
Yeah, no, good, mate. I mean, apart from watching Tottenham, we're all good. At least there's 9 other games of football I can watch. Is the beauty of it. So I can sit through around the grounds and start talking about.
Yeah, I'm going to try.
There has been another goal. There has been another goal in the relegation battle, but if it stays like this, it's going to make no difference because Leicester have gone 2-0 up, and Wout Face has scored. I'm just watching it now. So it's 2-0 Leicester City, who the fans I didn't see because obviously I've got it muted for obvious reasons, for copyright reasons, but they've got fans. It's the beautiful sight, by the way, guys. The beautiful sight. Nothing like last game of the season with people with radios against their ear. There's something so majestic about it on the last game of the season. The radios to the ear, and they can't believe what's going on. West Ham just before it just hit the post, but I'm very much behind.
And Southampton 4-2 up against Liverpool.
Oof. Southampton, that's just come to Adam Armstrong. I mean, what an end to the season for them, by the way.
Yeah, how is that even possible? So I haven't been paying attention to any matches except the Spurs match. So I kind of came in here to get.
I've been everywhere. I've been everywhere, man. I've been all across the UK watching football. It's been brilliant because.
How many TV screens do you have on in there right now?
I have one, but I have a Fire Stick that allows me to flick through each team. So I just go up and down and pick whichever team I want to put on at the time. So. I'm trying to catch up. So at the moment, Southampton have scored, Leicester have scored. So that's the game I've got on at the moment. So they've got all the fans now literally just praying for a Bournemouth goal. The only way Leicester stay up now is Bournemouth score.
Sheesh. I don't know, man. I thought Leicester was going to do it too. That's crazy.
Well, they need if Bournemouth equalise, they will stay up. It's the only way they will. There has been another goal. Crystal Palace have equalised against Nottingham Forest, another game that's kind of irrelevant to the conversation, but they have scored. You've got a lot of Leicester fans just staring at phones. It's that staring at phones. You've got the ones that have brought the radio in and have got that against their ear, keeping an eye on the game at. So at the moment, if it stays like this, Leicester are going down, regardless of whatever score it is at their place. So I'm still waiting for the Wout Face goal. I'm so far behind that it's.
By the way, earlier you're talking about signings of the season. How about Neto, the Bournemouth goalkeeper? Free transfer.
Good shout. Great shout. Could you argue Keylor Navas on loan for Forest? Yeah. He's been brilliant.
And how about Christian Eriksen?
No kidding, man. Christian Eriksen's getting Champions League next year.
But for me, I still think we can make conversations, but you can't go past Erling Haaland. Can you?
Who?
Can we make an? You know the one that's just a little bit better than John Carew.
Oh, him, yeah.
That one, that one. John Carew. Wout Face has scored, but I've just seen that. Now I'm going to try and see if I can get the end of the Southampton goal.
That's already could score that amount of goals, though, if you're playing for Man City, though, couldn't they? 120 or however many he's got.
What was the transfer fee on him? Did we ever get like a pretty exact figure on that, or was one of the ones that was
transfer fee was £51 million was the thing, but there was a lot of payments to the payments to his agent and the payments to his all that side of things. His family and stuff got a lot of payments towards it, so it worked out something north of the 200 million or something.
But just 200 million, really?
Mm.
Ouch! But still worth it for Man City, though.
But let's be honest though, Haaland's won him. He potentially has won him the treble. Hasn't yet, but could do. I mean,
Yeah.
when you score that many goals, there has been oh no, it's an old one.
If you're at the peak of your game, like Man City are, you
Alex
play
is
at
John.
the peak of that game.
Alex's John Carew will be in YouTube Hall of Fame. Listen, that will be a saying that gets brought up every single time. He will break records, by the way, and everyone will just be considering him just above average John Carew. Honestly, I remember. You know when things are said and done and all that lot, and you remember where you were. I mean, it's ironic. I remember exactly where I was, what I was doing that day when he made that comment. I was on stream when it happened. I was on stream. Oh, we're being blessed today with people. Lovely. We're going to just change it up a bit and we're going to bring on Mark Cousins.
Hey.
Mark Cousins' day of mourning when he knows that Pochettino's gone to Chelsea.
Disaster.
Yeah.
Sharp looking haircut, though.
Yeah,
Very true.
Yeah.
You are looking good. Unlike me.
Yeah.
Me and Kuba have a very similar thing going on.
Yeah, well, you got to keep something, haven't you? Feel
You've got
naughty
to.
with that.
I can't say that.
So we're sort of coming to the end of the season now. We've got a few 20 odd minutes left that we can all go and get onto the beach and have a good time and stop worrying about this football club anymore, which is brilliant. I'll be honest, I haven't put us on, and since I've only put on when we scored goals. I've just been flicking around and stuff. Southampton 4, Liverpool 2, which is a crazy game. That is one of it.
Yeah.
But do you know what it is? It's Southampton beating Liverpool. It's such an end of the season result, isn't it? It's that result at the end of the season. Very similar to, remember when West Brom battered Man United, or was it, no, they drew when it was like 5-5. Oh, at least there's been a goal. The second half capitulation, baby. The second half capitulation. Leeds have scored.
They have. Just.
Really? What minute? My stream's only at 64, so I guess I'm behind.
I'm behind you. I haven't seen it, but Leeds have scored.
You're way behind.
Really, I'm sailing the seas to find this. The high seas to find this stream. So
67 here.
I mean, we've got enough. We've got enough time for my prediction. All two of the teams win, by the way. But the problem for Leeds at the moment, the Leeds have got the biggest problem is that everyone around them is winning. So even it doesn't matter what they do now. They need to do their job, but everyone around them is losing.
They're still going to want to go out with a win in front of their home crowd, though, aren't they? Showing those fighting.
Daryl Denton's my 2-2 and Kane to score is on. I mean, it's definitely on. Knowing us, we're probably going to lose now.
Oh, well taken goal as well.
I haven't seen
it's about to happen here.
Buffering.
Yeah, Kane only wants one more, doesn't he, to get 30?
Yeah, I said he needs one more for 30.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. I thought they said he was on 31, but is that counting cups and stuff as well then?
No, he's on 29 at the moment. He's on 29 league goals.
Yeah, gotcha. Jack Harrison receives the ball in a little bit of space. Shifts, does that thing that Tottenham defenders can't deal with, where you can play with either foot and you move it between them.
Just being able to manage anything, to be fair, is a fair one. We can't defend anything. And just before that, by the way, we subbed on Pape Matar for Kulusevski.
In an attempt to do what? What was the thought there? Just try to control the middle of the pitch?
There's been another goal.
Yeah, Harry Kane.
Harry Kane has got 30.
Yeah.
Harry Kane's got his 30 of the season.
So I'm torn, you guys. And I was actually listening. I was driving home, and so I was listening to your show. I was listening to you guys talk earlier, and the consensus I think between all of you guys is that you don't want Conference League next season.
Oh, what a goal! It's a really good goal as well from Harry Kane. Do you know what? I just saw the goal from Harry Kane, and that tells me just by watching what he does for that goal, he makes it look so easy. He just puts it into a corner, calmly into a corner, where anyone else would have rifled that and put it over the bar. He calmly takes it and bends it into a corner.
Yeah, just chips it over, doesn't he?
Yeah, it's just it's such a cute little goal, but it's brilliant the way he's done it. Cole, the reason why I don't want us to be in Europe is I don't want us to be in Europe next season because being in Europe and especially the Conference League means that we're going to have to keep a big squad.
Travel,
I think
a lot of travel.
Not being in Europe not being for us to be in Europe allows us to completely gut our squad. It gives us a reason to go, do you know what? We can get rid of a load of players and not bring many in and start again. And I think we're so far and so far for that. Oh, there's in the moments, by the way, that we've been watching this, Liverpool have just gone and scored 2 goals. It's now 4-4 at St Mary's, sorry.
Always picking the wrong stream to switch to, aren't I?
I haven't got time. Goals keep flying in, by the way, and I keep missing
This is
them.
a wild one, man.
Cody Gakpo scored the 3rd goal, and what a goal, by the way! Diego
Cody Gakpo's
take a bow, son. Yeah, so
Cody
Diego
Gakpo's
Jota
been quite a signing. I think Gakpo's been one of the best signings of the season. You guys were talking about signings. I think that he's been really good. I think that he was really needed for Liverpool. I think Liverpool needed another competent front play, player to play up front. I think some of their guys are aging out. You know what I mean?
Has he been that good? Like signing of the season, by the way. Yeah, I think he's been very good, by the way. But is he?
I guess. Well, signing of Liverpool. I mean, he's just been up there. He's contributed a lot. He's come in. You know what I mean? Halfway through he's come in January. Was able to, kind of took him a game or two, but he pretty much. I mean, he's had a lot of goal involvements. I don't know. I guess not signing of the season, but I think he's been a very good signing.
No,
I wasn't sure when they grabbed him how well it would work out, but he's really settled in. You know what I mean? He seems to be.
Yeah. No, I think that's a fair shout, but I still can't argue to the fact that Erling Haaland has been the best signing of the season.
Yeah.
He's
a robot though. He's not a human being, so we got to say the best human signing. And then the best robot signing, which is
Liverpool needed a midfielder, not Gakpo. I think if they'd gone and signed a top centre midfielder and not done this sort of naive thing of, we might get Bellingham in the summer. Very similar to what Tottenham do. We do that. We'll try. No. If we can't get our number 1 target, we get our number 2 target. Not, we'll wait until the summer. I think they fell very much in that trap of, we're definitely going to get Bellingham in the summer. It looks like he's going to Real Madrid.
I was surprised they didn't snap up Bissouma instead of us.
Agreed. I think he would have walked in.
We thought he's the bee's knees, but
agreed.
Good today.
Oh, what a save that is from McCarthy. Liverpool should have been. That was an absolute rocket from Harvey Elliott. That's a really good hit. It's good. It's right, actually. No, it's a good save. Actually, comfortable.
Oh, another contender. Well, not contender, but another worthy mention for signing of the season. It's the one that went under the radar from Man City signing from Borussia Dortmund, Akanji.
If you were going to do an underrated signing, that is a great shout, by the way. Absolute great shout. And it's a signing that. Do you know what? It typifies of what annoys me when people say, Man City got all that money. I think Akanji would have gone to probably most teams in the top 6.
Yeah.
I don't think, and that he brought him in and they got him in at 15 million quid or whatever it was. It was nothing.
Yeah, something like that.
In the grand scheme of things.
It makes you wonder why
I think you're bang on there.
It makes you wonder why we can't do that. Find these players for
who are our owners, mate? There's your answer.
Well, yeah.
The owners are, but do you know what it is? Do you know what? And this is the bit I would say. I don't even think that just sums up our recruitment. Our recruitment at this football club is horrendous, and we can't stand our owners, and I get that. But let's be honest. If we had proper recruitment in our club, we could do it fine, even with Daniel Levy and co. Like, listen, I can't stand him at the club, but if we can hire a proper scout and a proper scouting team. We could do it on the
It doesn't matter. We know this now, though, Perchy, don't we? We've had it before. It doesn't matter. They get overruled. It's always Daniel Levy getting involved and saying no to certain transfers, and then deciding he wants these little snippets that are brilliant coming in, the Jack Clarks and stuff, because he thinks he can turn a quick profit on them.
I do. I get what you're trying to say. I get what you say on that. I do agree, but this is where it all has to be done correctly. For me, I said it at the time, and I think you did as well, Kuva. Why are we spending that money on Richarlison when we're crying out for a centre-back? Like, let's be honest.
I think we're
If
all
we got,
saying
if we
it,
were
weren't
able to, we were
all
on
saying
stream.
it, weren't we? Yeah.
Me, you,
And now
Sava,
everybody looks vindicated because he hasn't even, he's barely even been able to get on the pitch, let
you know
alone
what?
score for us.
But Colin, mate, the other thing is, even if he'd scored 15 goals in the league and stuff, let's just say, for hypothetical, just say, even if he scored 10, let's just say that. Even if he'd done that, we still needed a centre half. If we'd have gone and spent, if we'd have gone out and spent 20 million on Richarlison, I'd have gone, do you know what? That's a bargain. Why not? If it doesn't really work out, it's 20 million quid. We paid nearly 60 for him. And you go, were we that desperate for a 60 million pound striker? No. We probably needed a striker that could rotate for Harry Kane. But
We
we
were all
needed
calling for it, though, weren't we? We were all saying
We don't even rotate Richarlison in for Kane though, so we can't even use that excuse.
How many times have we gone, do you know what, we're going to start Kane and Richarlison on his own up top? We haven't really. And listen, you wouldn't, because he's not good enough, but in the sense of it, but it has been another goal.
Carlos Vinicius is better than Richarlison. I literally will say that with
goals this
complete.
season, hasn't he?
And actually, I think he's a better player.
Talking of Richie, he's just come on.
Watch him go and score now. Watch. It'll be typical, won't it? Watch him go and
hat-trick.
score now.
I hope he scores too.
What's that, sorry?
So I hope he scores too. I mean, I hope I'm proving
Yeah,
wrong.
no,
I hope.
true.
Yeah.
Arsenal have gone 5-0 up, and as I said, I will keep repeating it. Fair play. At least Arsenal put it on a show for those lads that paid 28 grand for their ticket.
Wait,
So
I've heard you mention that. Why did the tickets go for 20? Is that an actual figure that actually
they
happened?
all went. There was a picture of on, I think it was Viagogo, where Arsenal fans were selling their tickets for 28 grand for the last game, because they thought that at that point they were 10 points leading the title race, and they thought that would be the final game of the season. They'll win.
Be a big party.
A party and have a good time. So people were paying 20 odd grand for a ticket. And then they threw away the lead. So there's there's people sat there that have just spent a fortune. I'll be honest, by the way, I don't think anyone actually did buy those tickets. That's my, I
kind of hope not, even though it's Arsenal. I mean, I just hope that a human being wouldn't do that to themselves.
I did read somewhere, I did what on social media, and I take Twitter with a pinch of salt a lot of the time, because a lot of people just say stuff for the sake of it. There has been a goal as well. Leicester 2, West Ham 1. So it's West Ham are back in the game. But at the moment, Leicester are down anyway because Everton are leading. There's been another. Oh, that is the same goal.
How's this for potential drama then? Leicester concede a second goal to only draw, and then Everton concede a goal in the last minute as well. Everton stay up because the others failed to win.
Everton are staying up. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah. Oh, I get your point. Yeah. Well,
at the moment, last few minutes, then, wouldn't it? Let's have some of that.
I mean, well, exactly. If it stays like this, if a Bournemouth goal now, by the way, does cause a lot. A Bournemouth goal right now puts the cat against the pigeon, so to speak, because it means that Leicester then go back and stay up, and then it means Everton are crying out for a goal. And then knowing it, then watch it go and concede down the other end, and West Ham go and equalise or something, unless or something like that. But you're right. We need a few more goals to make this relegation battle. I'm just watching I've actually got the Arsenal game on, because there's been a fifth goal, and it's their Polish centre Jaki Kiwa who scored and made it 5-0. I'm just watching that.
Who's the youngin that came on for Basumo? I don't know him.
Oh, who? Wait,
Craig?
who came on?
Craig is his last name?
Oh, he's the young Scottish lad in our academy. Is it Matty Craig? He's a twin, isn't it? There's Michael Craig and Matty Craig. They're twins.
Did you see the list of our subs before the game?
What's that, sorry, mate?
Did you see the list of our subs before the game? I'd never heard of half of them. Most of them.
Well, I mean, it's normally the end of the season where you do give your academy players a run around in it. So you have George Abbott, Matthew Craig. Who was the other fella? I think who else was on there? Iago Santiago was the other one. Who's the Spanish lad in our academy.
Supposedly, he's got a lot of talent. That guy.
I mean, you've also you've got Brandon Austin as well. He's not really an academy player now. But yeah, no. So we're Arsenal 5-0 up against Wolves. Villa are still 2-1 up with 9 minutes to go. So it will be interesting now to see if what happens with Brighton if they go and equalise. That'll be interesting. If Brighton equalise, Spurs will then go and finish 7th if it stays like it is. But
no.
So you guys,
I think Villa don't look like they're going to concede at the moment.
They do look relatively comfortable. They're trying to wrap it up with a third.
Excuse me.
Do you so you guys, I'm really changing the subject. Sorry to get off track. If we need to stay more on track, then okay. So, man, I'm really dumb, but I'm terrible at name pronunciation. So I'm just gonna ask you guys. The Celtic, the Celtic manager, the Australian guy. What's his name?
Ange Postecoglou.
I'll tell you. I'm pretty sure. I'm almost 100% sure. It's pronounced Postecoglou.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
You know how you can get yourself excited for anything, like if you just kind of try a little bit, if you kind of.
Absolutely.
I don't know. I've been forcing myself to get excited for him, and I've been watching, some clips from some Celtic matches, and I'm like, all right, bring him in. I want him. He seems also like he would yell at our players, and I think our players need screamed at, in their faces sometimes. I think they're, they're babied a bit, and I feel like this big guy might.
Postecoglou.
Well, the thing is, I've got a friend of mine whose surname is Sarajolu, and it's spelled with a C-O-G-L.
Yeah.
So
it's a very Greek. It's a Cypriot Greek name, isn't it?
Well, I don't know. I've got him. I don't know. I've gotten myself a bit excited for him, to be honest. What do you guys think about the prospect of him coming in?
Well, the way he was celebrating yesterday, I can't see it.
You see him coming?
That's been a big goal, by the way. Which is why I say it's a big goal, because I don't think it's going to matter much now because of what's going on. But Brentford are 1-0 up against Manchester City.
Dang. All right.
I'm just flicking out. Do you know what? It was the forgotten game, to be fair, because I kind of forgot it was on. Because there's been goals galore everywhere. But now, with Brentford scoring, means one thing. I mean, I don't think it's going to make much difference because Tottenham are winning 3-1 comfortably now. I say that very loosely.
Well, hang on a minute.
Yeah, that's what I said. I say it very loosely. It wouldn't shock me for us to go and concede 3 goals. But if it stays like this now, I think, because Villa, Spurs and Brentford are now winning. But they can't. I don't think they can get into nick the last place because everyone else.
No, they would need both us and Villa to lose and them to win.
And the goal was by Ethan Pinnock, who's just signed a new contract for Brentford today, and he's gone and scored. So fair play. I mean, it just sums up. The Man City team, by the way, is Edison, Walker, Ake, Laporte, Lewis, Phillips, Foden, Gomez, Mahrez, Alvarez, and Palmer, and they subbed on a young lad called Charles. The king has been subbed on. I mean, their bench is just a bunch of youngsters with Haaland and Stones, basically. And
I think they've got bigger fish to fry.
Of course, I mean, obviously,
all in our hands, all that stuff.
Geordie, no, because at the moment, Villa are winning. So if Villa don't win, then they will. Can I just ask a question? Is this a double by Brentford, by the way? Did Brentford beat them earlier on in the season, or am I going mad? I don't know actually. I'm going to check because I know Brentford seem to always get a result here.
I remember them playing well at the.
I thought they played well. I'm going to go. I'm doing a little check. VARing it. They did, but they did. They beat them 2-1. Ivan Toney. I remember that was Ivan Toney. Brentford are going to do the double on the champions, by the way. Yeah, if it stays like this.
Well, if it stays like this.
Well,
the thing is, it's Man City.
Let's be honest. 5 minutes to
score 4 goals in the last 2 minutes.
Yeah,
true. Haaland on, yeah.
Yeah, I remember the game. I think it was the game. I think it was the first game back or the first game before the World Cup. But yeah, Ethan Pinnock has scored. So they at the moment are 1-0 up there. I'm just going back to doing the check round. There's nothing else happening right now. It's no more goals as we speak, but there will be more. Can we confirm that? Darryl Denton's Cole's gone, disappeared. Mason, Potter, or Rogers if we come 8th. Well, it looks like we are 8th. If you had to pick out one of those, who are you going for? Guys.
For me, I'll go controversial and I'll say Rogers.
I don't even think that's controversial anymore, Kuva.
I think it's going to be him anyway.
I think. Do you know what? I think if Potter, do you know what? Graham Potter, I probably would have said before, but now I'm saying Rogers for this reason because I said this on a stream or a video. I can't remember when. Batman. I think it was on the video when I was with did a video with Brian Daigle. Big up to him. Was that with the likes of Graham Potter? I think Graham Potter has proven that he's a bit of a yes man. He kind of. Let's be honest. If he was a big manager, he's not. He's a manager that's doing well. He would have gone into Chelsea and gone, I don't want these players. But he's basically allowed them to go and buy anyone. And I think that was one of the reasons why I got. Because let's be honest, I think we could probably agree that Graham Potter doesn't want the likes of Mudryk, Fernandez, Badashile, Koulibaly. Do you know what I mean? If you let's be honest, this is not him signing these players. He's not going out there picking 70, 80 million pound players. He would have gone in and looked at Brighton and gone, do you know what? I brought in a Lewis Dunk. I'd have brought in this, that, and the other. So, and for me, that if he comes in, he'll just be the next yes man at the club. I don't think
already summed it up with the last comment. There you go. Agree totally.
Yeah, I think that's fair. But I think if you get in a good manager, and I think Pochettino will be the right manager for him. I hate to say it, by the way, but I think he'll get a tune out of these players. I think he will get a tune out of them.
I think the splurge on new players has stopped now. So it's going to be a more settled squad when if he
they need to offload, don't they? They're going to still have the likes of Lukaku coming back and stuff.
Yeah, he's going to want the one thing no other manager and Potter didn't have. That is a striker. They're going to have to.
Well, if Lukaku's coming back.
Maybe that might work.
If he can mend the relationship at Chelsea, they've already got a striker coming back. No more goals flying in as we speak. We're just doing realistically, it's all about what's happening on at Villa Park really now. Villa Park is the main one. We're going to few minutes to go.
Come on, Villa.
Yeah.
I'm flicking between a few games at the moment and watching like fans flocking out from Ellen Road and things. It's always a bit sad when you see some teams going down. Of course, if it was West Ham or Chelsea, I'll be cheering. But, it's sad for all other fans.
Yeah. Well, to be honest with you, there are loads and loads of Leeds fans around this area. Loads.
There's loads of Leeds fans around the world, mate.
Yeah.
There's always a Leeds fan in every country. There's loads of them.
Yeah, massive club.
Yeah, you got the old school fans when the 70s when Leeds were a very strong side.
Yeah.
And then you've got the new wave of fans that saw that David O'Leary team, getting into the Champions League and really doing well for a season or two, and then that got a lot of fans. Certainly, they were playing some great stuff for a while. Well, back when they had Rio Ferdinand and Harry Kewell and those sorts of players on the side.
Yeah.
They were a great watch back then. So I think they've benefited from that. We're going to be seeing the next generation of fans that just don't bother looking at us.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Even if you're an Everton.
We are very soon as well going to lose that big wave of fans. And I thought Everton were in there, but Everton just giving it to Alex Iwobi just to hold the ball. I've just flicked over to Everton Bournemouth because, I mean, if Bournemouth score, that will be them done. But and there's 10 minutes of added time, by the way, at Goodison Park. 10 minutes.
We're all right now anyway because Lucas Moura's coming on.
Yeah, Ian Hart at left back. I remember that. At least
3-2 coming up.
Yeah.
Mark Viduka, Alan Smith. Yeah, exactly. All those lads.
Oh, Lucas Moura and some other lad coming on.
Oh, Lucas Moore's getting his vitriolic say goodbye now.
Yes. Oh,
Well, at least it's now. And
that's-
I mean, at
that's-
least we're bringing him on at 3-1, and it's not 2-1 where he can make a mistake. At least he can make a mistake and it'll finish
Yeah.
3-2.
Maybe he'll be say a farewell by doing 2 mistakes.
Oh, that'd be a farewell, wouldn't it?
It'll be
Abbott's
fun.
come on. Abbott's come on.
Is this the first time Big Sam has been relegated? Oh, that's a good question, actually.
Yeah, I was going to say he's normally the saviour, isn't
He is.
he? Bring
Who?
him in. And...
Has he been relegated? I actually need to think about that one.
I don't think he has.
No, I was going to say he normally manages to get teams out of it, doesn't he?
Yeah, I mean, I'm think. Did he take over Sunderland when they went down? I'm just wondering.
I think, or maybe, I'm not sure. That's a great question, by the way. That's one of those, someone hit it in Google and double check. So the first game is finished. Crystal Palace 1, Nottingham Forest 1. Taiwo Awoniyi and then equaliser by Will Hughes. That's the first game that's been ticked off, and both teams are obviously safe. Crystal Palace in 11th, by the way. They're finishing above Chelsea.
Good.
That's fair play to them, by the way. That's a great result for them. Nottingham Forest.
They were looking a bit dodgy earlier in the season.
They were losing games for fun, weren't they?
Results.
And yeah, big up, by the way, Dave as well. Man, give you a shout. I know you're over at the Palace game, by the way. Massive Forest fan, having an absolute great time in the Premier League. You boys are staying up at Forest. Big up to Forest fans because, listen, they deserve to be in the Premier League, by the way.
Yeah.
That's a real achievement, isn't it? Such an overhaul of players.
Who's been the bigger achievement? Forest staying up or Bournemouth staying up?
Bournemouth.
I think so as well.
Yeah.
From the players that they signed, I said at the start they've got a championship team, and the fact that they're going to stay up, it's full time. Brentford have confirmed the double against Man City. By the way, just to show you how little this game has been played, there's been 4 shots in that game. 3 of them were by Brentford. Man City had 1 shot at goal all game.
So Haaland didn't come on then. That's what you're saying.
Man United have beaten Fulham and have finished 3rd place this season. That is done. What else is being signed off? It's about to finish at Stamford Bridge. Chelsea 1, Newcastle 1. That's about to finish. There's any late. It's all about the late drama. We want a late goal. Can Bournemouth cause a bit of stirring with about 5-6 minutes to go here? Yeah, Chelsea 1, Newcastle 1, full-time result. A big team needs to snap up Navas from Forest. Well, he's actually on loan from them. He's at PSG, but I tell you what, they'd get rid of him. He's 38, but I'd have. Do you know what? Would you, any of you guys, have Keylor Navas for a couple of seasons to bridge the gap until we sign a new goalkeeper?
Why not?
I think so. Yeah. If you could get him on a free from PSG at the end of the season, why wouldn't you? If you could get rid of Hugo Lloris, and yeah, I know Navas is older, but I tell you what, I think he's been one of the reasons why Forest has stayed up. I think he's been brilliant for him.
I got one. Sam Allardyce, he was at West Brom when they went down, wasn't he?
Yes, I knew. Yeah, that's a great shout. Yeah, true. Arsenal beating 5-0. Big up Google. Google's done the job.
Yeah, good old Google.
And all the teams going down at the moment. Yeah, that's finished 5-1. Arsenal 5-0. Winners. Leeds and Tottenham. Oh, Spurs have scored.
Not here, they haven't.
It's just come up on my screen. It's 4-1.
Has
Harry Kane got a hat trick though? That's the thing.
That'd be nice.
That was Lucas Moura.
Has Lucas Moura scored?
Lucas Moura.
Oh, that would mean he's finally got 20 league goals for us.
Lucas Moura has just done the most incredible run.
I'm just watching it now.
He was always Lucas Moore rapid anyway, wasn't he? But Jesus.
It's finished 4-4, Southampton 4, Liverpool 4. I'm just watching this.
Like you said, that's a holiday result if ever you've seen one.
That's a result of neither team doesn't matter. I'm so far behind on my stream, by the way. Aston Villa 2, Brighton 1. That is a full-time result. That means that Villa will be in Europe. Spurs will not be in Europe regardless of this result now.
Yeah, great run from Moura. Just drove at the heart of the defence.
Unbelievable.
Just too quick for some players, isn't he? Trouble is, all the way through his career, he just doesn't do this kind of thing enough.
No.
It's full-time at Leicester. Leicester 2, West Ham 1. They are now praying for. There's 3 minutes left at Goodison. They're praying for it. It has finished full time. I haven't seen the goal yet, by the way.
This result sums up Leeds, though, doesn't it?
It sums up Tottenham, by the way.
Not a lot of spirit.
My stream's actually just frozen and I've missed it. Oh, I'm just watching it now. Oh, wow. I mean, this result sums up Leeds and it also sums up Tottenham. We can do it now when it doesn't matter.
Yeah, but hang on. It's right when you play against a team that's got absolutely no defence whatsoever.
Just before we go, big up TJ, mate. How are you doing, mate? Big up to your 5-0 win in a game that meant nothing. How are you doing, sir? Talk to me.
Oh, I'm great. I'm fantastic. You know, I'm on vacation. I've been on vacation for the last 3 weeks.
Yeah, you look very party-fied.
Arsenal started vacation in April, so I'm just catching up. Yeah, how are y'all feeling about no Europe?
Oh, mate, I'm blessed. I'm happy with that. I don't want us in Europe. I don't think we're good enough for Europe.
Not even for Conference League. Wow.
Huh?
Not even for Conference League.
Nah. I think we needed a season out. We needed a rebuild. An actual build. Gutting a lot out.
A rebuild?
No, we need to build again. We need to build a house again. The game is still going on at Everton, by the way. A Bournemouth goal relegates Everton with about. I think they've got about 2 minutes of play left.
Nice goal by Lucas Moura, by the way. They mobbed him won the World Cup.
Yeah.
Kane 31. No, Kane finished with 30. Kane finished with 30. I mean, if he'd got a hat trick, he would have been lovely. Monza Villa, Villa are through. Question for everyone by Haz. Would you take Bale in the 90s or Ginola in 2010? So I'm assuming you like to swap them about. Well, that's a good question, actually.
I'd like both.
No, but I think the question is if you flipped them about, which side would you have?
Oh, I'll put Bale into the 90s then.
Oh, yeah, I think Bale in the 90s would have been something else, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
Just that raw pace. Yeah, great question, Has. That's I like that.
Yeah,
so Leicester players are sitting around in the middle of this thing. It's not looking good because there's a few minutes to go. And at the moment, Everton are going to stay up.
I'm thinking about this more, though. Ginola in the 2010s, with prime Pochettino years. You know, all those games.
Yeah, that's a good
a bit of magic off the bench.
No, Bale wasn't in the Pochettino. I'm assuming the question was he swapped him in their era when they played at Spurs. I'm assuming that was the question.
That would have been Harry Redknapp era, wouldn't it?
Yeah, Redknapp era.
Yeah.
Redknapp would have loved Ginola as well, so no problem there.
Yeah, Geordie's just to sort of jump on that. Well done to Unai Emery for getting Europe, because fair play, they were in a relegation battle when he took over.
Really underrated manager, isn't he?
Spurs acting like I flicked it off Daryl. I'm assuming that I think from what I saw was the celebrations were more for Lucas Moura because it's his last game. Ginola every day and the table never lies. And it is full time at Goodison. Leicester are relegated with Leeds and Everton have done the great escape again under And
Sean Dyche.
I'm just
Sean Dyche, mate. Sean
Sean
Dyche.
Dyche has done it again. He's screaming for time. I mean, I've got the notification that it is over. My stream is about a minute behind, but I mean, I was going to say that it's a pop quiz question now on who scored the last goal in Arsenal's season, by the way. I mean, that will be a pop question. That Jakub Kiwior, and the same with Spurs, by who scored Spurs' last goal of the 2022-23 season was Lucas Moura.
Yeah.
Hey.
And he got held aloft like some sort of trophy.
Yeah. I mean, he clearly has a good reputation at the club and stuff with the players and stuff. But yeah, I mean,
just to put it in perspective, with Lucas Moura, been with us 5 years, and you can count his league goals on fingers and toes.
in general? Oh yeah, how many has he scored now?
20. He finally got to 20.
Hey, count more than you can count more than that if you live where I live.
There's a party going on at Everton. They are safe. The fans are on the pitch. The flares are on the pitch. It's all going crazy at Goodison.
Yeah, it was going a bit mad.
That's just massive for Everton, though, isn't it? They would have been in
so
much trouble if they got
heartbreak
relegated.
for Leicester, as the Leicester players are all standing in the middle of the centre circle. Yeah, well, Leicester going. I did say at the start, one big club was going down. When I say big club, big Premier League club was going down, and it's chaos, by the way, at Goodison Park. Every fan is charged on the pitch, but they're all hugging each other. Is that Abdoulaye Doucouré? He's just gone to the. Oh no, that's Neil Maupay just hugging him. I mean, and let's be honest, Doucouré was the reason why they stayed up. Let's be honest. His last few games, has been nothing short of remarkable. But the Blue Flares are going crazy at Goodison. But I tell you what, they're going to be in trouble. They've got. I think if they'd got relegated, it would have been. I think they would have been finished financially.
Yeah.
I think they could still be. By the way, I think they could still go down next season. Financially in ruin. They're going to lose a lot of players. A lot of players aren't going to re-sign with them. Likes of Pickford will probably end up going on, and there'll be others. But yeah, so Leeds are down. Leeds have gone down, and Leicester have gone down today. I did say it. I did say at the start. I think Everton, how it was, would stay how it was. I said every team would win, and I was wrong because actually, weirdly, Leeds lost to Spurs. Weirdly enough, it was weird. Rubbish. Guys. Go get yourself a beer. It's end of the season. Cheers. Cheers, everyone. Season's done. Season's done. We've now got a nice break. We can go and relax and not worry about it. Not worry about it. We go again.
Then it's going to be all the transfer rumours and who the hell do we get as a manager to start with?
No, I'm not watching
the worrying never stops.
Yeah.
Okay. We're gonna do. I think we should, and I'm gonna clip this now. We're gonna clip it. I want all four of our winner for next season and the 3 teams that are going down next season. Let's see if anyone is close. I'll let Kuvi start to my right.
City will win the league again.
Yep.
Easy. Should we do a top 4 as well?
Oh, go on. Yeah, do top 4 as well.
City, Newcastle, Arsenal, United.
So you've got City,
same as this season.
City,
basically.
Newcastle. Did you say Man United, Arsenal?
Yeah.
Okay.
In that order.
I'll bring him in as well. Why not? Okay. That's your top 4. Who are your 3 going down next season?
Luton. I'll try to think who else has come up. Sheffield United and Burnley, isn't it?
Burnley.
I think it'll be all the ones that came up will go straight down again.
Oh, really? Okay. Mark, your champions in your top 4 and your teams going down.
Right. City will win it.
Yep.
City will win it. And the rest of the top 4. Man United, Newcastle,
Man United, Newcastle.
Liverpool.
Okay. I think
can't-
yeah.
I cannot put that lot in there. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, I think it's a fair shout.
I don't want to. I'm going on the assumption they might actually improve their team. You know, something we don't do.
Yeah.
Yeah. And who are your 3
Although-
going down?
No. Actually, I'll change mine. Because has he officially gone there now?
Who?
My mate.
Your mate. Well, if you believe the reports on Fabrizio Romano, it has been signed today and it'll be announced probably tomorrow.
I want them to get in. And I hate saying that as well, mate. I hate saying that. I want them to win everything.
So what's your top 4?
Right. City will win the league because they're unstoppable.
Yep.
Chelsea.
Okay, so
Chelsea will
you
get
got
into it.
Man City, Chelsea.
Chelsea will get into it because I love Poch. Newcastle because they'll no doubt sign some players. And Man United. Because Man United are just too big a club to stand still. And
and your team's going down.
Luton definitely, because they're just, although they are like Bournemouth. Bournemouth are a very tiny club, but I can see Luton going down. I think Burnley will stay up.
I think so. I think Company's play good football.
Yeah. Sheffield United.
Okay.
Well, I'll probably beat us twice, so that might be enough.
Oh yeah.
And I'm going to put Everton in there because they were lucky this year.
Exactly. So you've gone Everton, Sheffield United, and Luton as your bottom 3.
Yeah,
I think that's fair. TJ, mate, go on. Who do you think's going to win the league, and who's going to be your top 4 and your 3 going down?
Man City wins the league. It's in this order too. Arsenal will get. Actually, no.
Ooh.
I'll change that.
I was going to say, Geordie's got a huge point, by the way. It's 5 next season. It's 5
City
next
wins.
year.
Man City wins. Man United gets 2nd. Liverpool 3rd. Arsenal 4th.
Okay.
Liverpool will be back next year. They picked up form at the end of the season.
Yeah.
Save for today, which didn't really matter. Then going down, Luton Town. It'll be nice to see them, but they are not going to stay up. Bournemouth and Sheffield United.
So you've gone. Who's the first one?
So the first one going down is Bournemouth. They had
Bournemouth bottom. You mean?
Yep, they're going down.
Yep.
They had a shocking goal differential, and they got away with a few this year. So
don't fall for lot. Everyone said it last year.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Bournemouth
going down, and then so Bournemouth. Yeah. So like I said, Bournemouth, Luton, and Sheffield United are going down.
Okay.
Burnley will stay up.
Yeah, I think Burnley will stay up. Minerals, mate. Welcome to the stream. We're wrapping up slowly, but give me your top 4 for next season from 1st to 4th. And give me your 3 teams going down.
First, I'll say Man City. Second, Arsenal. Then third, Man United. And then fourth, Chelsea, because Poch is cooking.
I think Chelsea will finish off Newcastle next season.
Poch, man. He's a great manager, man.
Okay.
So,
no, that's fine. This is what's great about predictions. And who are your 3 teams going down?
Luton, Forest, and Everton, man. Lady Luck, man. Lady Luck won't come 3 times. It's going to catch up with them.
That's fair enough. So I'm going to go, I'm going to stick with everyone on this. Man City to win the league. I think Newcastle will come 2nd. I think they will actually improve, and I think they will challenge with them. I'm then going Man United and then Liverpool. I think that will be your top 4. I think probably Arsenal will be the 5th team, and they'll get back in because it's top 5 is now Champions League next season. I completely forgot about that. So I think Arsenal will sneak back in.
Yeah, of course it is.
Yeah, because it's
I forgot about that too, but we'll still get 4th. Anyway.
It's new format, so I think Arsenal will be the last one that sneaks into Champions League. And then the teams going down, I'm going Forest are going to finish bottom. I'm going to say Luton are 19th, and Everton are going to finish 18th.
Exactly.
I think Forest are going to be that team, unfortunately, and I don't want it to be. I want to be wrong because I actually want Forest to stay in the Premier League, but I think Minnell's hit it there in the sense where he said that I think this next season is. I always sit back and I think of second season syndrome. Are they going to do it again? Are they going to go and do it again another season instead? They might do, by the way. They might go and strengthen well, but we'll see. I could be completely wrong. And let's just see you guys in the chat. You guys have just thrown some bits in it. Big up, Proud Geordie. It's top 5. 5th spot will be interesting. Agreed. City, Toon, Pool, Liverpool, United, Arsenal. Similar to what I said in a different order. Relegation, Luton, Forest, Bournemouth. I think that could easily be the 3 that go down as well. Bournemouth are another one. And if Man United get Kane, I'll say Man United win the league. I think that's a fair shout as well.
I think Burnley's staying up for me. It depends on if they keep company. I've just got a feeling somebody's going to snap him up.
Who, though? He's just signed a new deal, hasn't he?
Yeah, I was going to say he's just signed a new contract.
So if whoever takes him...
They might buy him out and pay some ridiculous fees, to be fair.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. But is company good enough? Like, I think he's been brilliant, by the way. But is he good enough to go and spend stupid amounts of money, like what Chelsea did with Potter? Who's going to go and say, do you know what? We're going to go and spend 20 million quid on buying out the contract of Vincent Kompany. I don't really see it, but
I could see him going to Palace.
I don't. And I don't.
Is Roy Hodgson going to carry on going?
Now Hodgson's out at the end of the season, so they need a manager. Yeah. He's not going to go there. He's just signed a new deal. So as I said, it
doesn't mean anything, though, does it?
It doesn't. But my point is it would take a big football club. When I say a big one, which has got loads of money, to go. Do you know what? He's the one. He's the one to go in, and Daryl's just gonna. Burnley won't spend loads of money. I don't think they need to. I think they've got a great spine at the club. I think they've got a good. The way they operate is fine under Kompany. I think they do brilliantly. But listen, I think Burnley will be fine next season. I think Kompany will do well with them. I genuinely don't see anyone going in. I think. If he goes anywhere, it would have to take like an absolute elite football club to go and snap him and spend. They're not. And then, no, I don't think we will go anywhere near him now. Now he's signed a new deal, but I tell you what, though, if he struggles, though, he'll be gone. That's the only thing. Regardless how good he done last season, if they're with 10, 15 games to go and they're needing 6 or 7 points off staying up, he'll get sacked, and then you're going to ask a question because. These teams, however much they want to stay loyal to managers, they will boot one out if it means going down because staying in the Premier League is more than anything for these clubs because it's all about the money.
Yeah,
but yeah, by the way, the goal, as I said earlier, the Decore goal, I've just seen it again. That's a way to stay up in the Premier League. On the volley, bang. Big up, Philly, mate. Big up, mate.
Big up, man.
Big up, mate. Oh, you well.
Everton, some of the best. Yeah, Everton, some of the best home fans in the Premiership as well.
Yeah.
Live and breathe it up in Liverpool.
I want them down, man. I can't stand them.
Who?
Everton. I want them down. ASAP, man. Again, man.
A big, massive football club. They're a massive football club, and lose you. A problem with the likes of Everton. If Everton went down, we could see them tumbling down the football ladder. Tumbling.
I'll be even more happier, man.
Listen, doesn't matter. They stayed up. Daryl said, "Can we sell Winks to Luton?" Wouldn't shock me, by the way. That wouldn't be. I think that would be the end.
That's a show.
I think that if you got 10 million from Luton, you'd let Harry Winks go there.
And
I think
I don't see them paying 10 million.
I would.
I think
They
they're
would.
going to be looking at that sort of player. They'll be looking at snapping up on a free, I think.
Yeah,
Which would
or
make
on loan
sense.
till the end, or on loan or something like that, of course, yeah.
I'll take 10 pence.
Absolutely.
Big Sam will be managing a Prem club this time next season and try and say. I was just going to say before I'm going to wrap up after this because I've been going for nearly 3 hours, so I just want to wrap up. And Proud to be Geordie's left me on a great one. Everyone's got to give me a random prediction that will happen next season, just something mental, and see if it happens. I'll jump in going first. I'm going to say that we will get a 10+ goal thriller in the league next season.
Oh, that's my usual bet, isn't it?
Oh.
Yeah, you normally go that one. That's one I'm having. You got to find a new one now.
Or 10-0, or maybe a team can win 10-0 for the first time.
Yeah, I was going to say the record's 9, isn't it? That's been done.
Etihad, Man City against Luton. That's standing out for that for me.
Yeah.
Could be. Listen, if that's yours, go for it. Oh my! I'm not going to pin that, by the way, just in case people. Just in case. I'm not going to.
It's gonna be
I'm not
okay.
gonna say anything more than that.
It's gonna be okay.
Oh, Daryl's got a good one. Haaland scored over 40 Premier League goals in the season. I mean, he wasn't. That isn't unthinkable.
I thought he'd done that this year, hadn't he?
He got 36.
Oh, close.
Oh, what? Totally overhyped and overrated.
Let down.
John Carew,
Let
man.
down.
Proud to be Geordie's gone for Man City win the quadruple next season.
No, they won't.
Oh, I wouldn't put it past him. Come on, guys. Throw your crazy stats consideration out.
They definitely are not doing the quadruple next season. Oh no, wait, because we can't do it now.
No.
No, we can't. We can't do it now.
My usual bet is out the window as well. I can't even enjoy that next season.
We're only doing the treble next year. It's just
the treble,
for
man.
us.
The
It's
domestic
just
treble.
a treble for us.
It's not the same.
No, I know.
Nah.
You're playing one game a week though. This time you finished 8th, like how Arsenal did. Ooh.
Probably Geordie's got a great one as well. Another one. Ivan Toney won't put a bet on next season.
Oof.
Oh dear.
Maybe not till after Christmas anyway.
What's that?
Not till after maybe Christmas. Because he's banned till Christmas, isn't he?
Oh,
January or
yeah.
something.
Perchy, man. Like, I want to see 10-0, man, so badly in the Premier League.
Yeah, I mean, it could happen. That's yours. If it happens, fair play. Fair play. That's yours.
Yeah, Kuba, you wanted Spurs to lose 10-0 against Newcastle, remember?
Oh, earlier in the season, I wanted us to lose 7-3 at Newcastle. Because that was my bet. That was going to win me 500 quid for a £1 bet.
Romero to not get one booking next season with a new centre back.
He'll get that the first game.
I was just saying, give that 10 minutes. It'll be booked within 10 minutes. I'm going for.
Have we had a match abandoned with the players walking off in support of a black player who's been abused yet?
Oh, yeah, that's a good show.
Oh, that's a great one, actually. That's
But
a
that doesn't
great
It's gonna happen in the Premier League, but it might happen somewhere
It
else.
won't happen in the Premier League because the Premier League only care about brown envelopes, don't they?
That doesn't really happen in this country, though.
I was going to say it does, and I was going to say, like, I'm here out in Spain, and it's terrible here in Spain. By the way, that sort of behaviour is horrendous, and it's not tolerated in the UK anymore. And thank God it isn't. By the way, this is now a genuine point. It's not tolerated.
Right.
The trouble is everywhere. Everywhere. As soon as circumstances are bad and people haven't got money anymore, they start turning to extremes. So you get the racists coming out in force.
Yeah.
You get the anti-Semitism coming out in force.
Yeah.
It's bad times. I could see something major being done next season. because some sort of wake up call really needs to happen. You say it's not that bad in England. It isn't compared to what it used to be at one point.
No, yeah.
It seems like it's on the rise again lately.
Do you know? And it's actually a great point to finish it off the stream on. It's actually in the sense because
I didn't put mine in.
Oh yeah, go on, TJ, do yours, and I'll get to that Cougar, and I'll
Burnley make the FA Cup semi-final.
That's a shout. I like that one. That's quite a good one.
Yeah.
Burnley get to Wembley then. That's not bad. That's
Burnley get to Wembley. Watch it happen.
Is anyone else? I think everyone's. Did you put one in Cougar? Oh yeah, you just said yours. Yeah, no. Because I was just going to touch on your point. I think. Do you know what I found? And it actually dawned on me this week actually with all the stuff that happened in Valencia with all the stuff that happened with Vinicius Jr. and stuff and all that stuff, and fair play for him coming out and stuff. I can't believe I thought it was going to be a real jubilant then, but it's actually quite a serious point. But it's a good point to make. What I find on especially social media, because I don't go to many Premier League games anymore because I don't live out in the country, so I don't necessarily hear or see, and people I go with it's not tolerated whatsoever. But what I see is people just use social media and try and be. It's this notion in society now, this crave for attention, and this crave for attention to say anything controversial, and the more controversial, the better they feel. I saw this. One second, mate. But I saw it with this. What's his name? Oh, I can't remember his name. Some TikTok guy that broke into someone's house, and I had no idea who this fella was. By the way, no idea. And basically, his way to get attention was to break into people's houses and scare old women. It was like, what are you doing, you lunatic?
Jesus Christ!
Honestly, it
wasn't Wayne Rooney, was it?
Yes.
Stop it. We're nearly done. Oh, don't get me in the stream. We're not starting over rumors. But basically, he would do like pranks and stuff that were just mental. Someone in the chat might know who it is. I haven't got I've forgotten who the fella's name is, but I watched this thing. And he would like steal people's dogs and stuff, and it would all be a prank because he'd go and give it back in him, but terrify people. He would just jump on people like in the street. And it just sums up what society is now. It's all about getting attention no matter what. We live in an age where it's about views and all that lot, and no one actually says what they feel, and everyone just says the most controversial, and that's where racism is starting to come from. These people don't actually mean what they say. They say it because they just want attention. Yeah. And that for me,
they want the clicks, isn't it?
It's all about. Yeah. And I see on social media, and Twitter is a cesspit for it, by the way, of people just saying stupid shit just because they want attention. I'm going, people need to stop, man. Like, and Cougar, you're right. And if anything could happen next year to stop, stop it. And teams walking off a pitch, anything like that happen, it needs to happen. And the condemning of it globally and league basis, but.
Can I come in, yeah?
Go, mate.
That's what I mean by like I'm real and the Minerals FC, because on Minerals FC we mud those lot. You know what I mean?
And listen, I always argue with the mudding, but listen, you're right. We need a mud. Do you know what? They're proper wrong-uns, by the way. None of it. They are proper wrong-uns.
Yeah.
And listen, I think.
I'm not sure if it was I'm not sure if it was every game. I'm not sure if it was every game. But certainly the Tottenham one, they took the knee before the game.
Yeah, I think that was done in protest against.
It was for Vinicius and all that. What's going on in Spain? But I was going to say because it was definitely done at the top.
Yeah,
and that was both.
It was clearly orchestrated, which is the right thing, by the way. Like, listen, but I've always said on these sort of things, it's about action further forward. It's a great gesture, but we have to. It's stuff like this needs to be eradicated. And the one thing I will say is when we don't attack the person, attack the view. If you want to argue with people about stuff, we attack the view, not the person. And that comes down, and any form of racist homophobia and all that crap, you're just a knobhead, aren't you? Like, if you're a prick and you're going to be like that, you're just a prick. Like, and I think that, do you know what? We're gonna slowly end the stream on it, because it's been a really good time. I've had a good time with you guys. It's been a laugh. Listen, football season's over, guys. We can chill and not worry about Tottenham for about 3 months until we realise at the end of July that we've still not got a manager. Harry Kane has basically decided he's not going to turn up to Tottenham again. And I don't know, Daniel Levy is down the dugout. Yeah. Eric Dyer's got a new 10-year contract, and he has to play every single game, injured or not.
Man United, like Teddy Sheringham, you know what I mean?
And what's that, mate? Sorry.
And Kane going to United like Teddy, you know what I mean?
Mate, listen, Tottenham are a mess, but we don't have to worry about the mess. Do you know what? The mess is going to stay there now, and we're going to chill. Massive shout out.
Perhaps we'll have Harry Kane back in about 5 or 6 years' time.
Probably. Can he come back and just score one goal that wins the record, and then he can retire for us? He can just come back and score that one goal that wins the record. Anyway, I'm gonna wrap it up on there, because it's now 8 o'clock, and I've got an hour, and then I'm going on with Sava later. Kuva, massive shout out to you, mate. Thanks for coming on. Go, if you're on the stream, guys, still go subscribe to 3 Spurs Boys with him and Bobby K. Absolutely love it. Brilliant. TJ, mate, thank you so much for coming on. Commiserations for not winning the league. Commiserations. Do I do it with the biggest song? Commiserations for not winning the league. Sorry, I'm joking. You're a shout. And you, Minerals, by the way. You're an Arsenal fan too. Minerals. And listen, then we've got Beyonce. What have you got?
Wolves
That's
are
what
dead.
I say.
Wolves are dead. I'm not telling
and Minerals, mate. In the summer, mate, you're gonna go and sit and relax in the mud and with all the wrong uns, I'm assuming.
In the woods.
In the woods, near Starbucks, all away from Starbucks, whatever it is.
You're a long way from McDonald's.
A long way from McDonald's.
You know what I
Because
mean?
obviously, Minerals, you're obviously going to be mudding all the wrong ones in the summer. So, mate, big up to you, mate. Thank you for coming
All
on.
my those are the brown envelopes in Fabrizio's and them guys there. You know what I mean?
Okay, mate, listen, big up. Thank you for coming on. Massive shout out. And obviously, Mark Cousins, mate. Big shout out to you, mate. Thank you for coming on. And, mate,
No
listen,
worries.
summer's here now. Let's just enjoy it and not worry about Tottenham for a couple of months. And then we can come back and just refreshed. And obviously, I'm gonna bring it up tomorrow on video and stuff. But obviously, charity stream's coming soon. 24 hours for my uncle who passed earlier on in the year and stuff. God rest his soul. But we're gonna do a lot of stuff. I want all you guys involved. We're gonna have just some games, have a bit of a laugh. Obviously, TJ, I'm gonna bring you in definitely for the American saga when all the Brits and all the Europeans are asleep.
I was gonna say,
Get the Americans on when they sleep.
I'll take the American shift for you, man. No problem.
You can take the American shift. That would be brilliant. Yeah, listen, I'm getting all that prepared over the summer. That's why. And if you haven't, guys, please like and subscribe, because it means the world. Because get to 1K, I can get monetized, and all the money will be going to charity. It'll actually be going to the hospice that that my family have asked it to go to, the hospice that helped him in his last few weeks and stuff. That were, by the way, they were absolutely incredible. They did everything and made it, however hard it was for me and my family and stuff. At least they made it easier for him, and that is definitely going to happen. We'll leave it at that. We're ticking off the 3 hours, so a massive shout out to you guys. Thank you so much, and guys, season's over. Put your feet up and see ya.
Abdominals.